What is going on, everybody? I'm running late as hell because of snow. I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. So if you can let me know. Let's see what we got here. So link is in the stream. If you guys want to join me, you can join me. I don't know where the hell prime time is. I think prime time's busy doing whatever. So no prime time today. He had a rough week, busy with work. It is Friday night. I'm glad you guys can hear me, see me. We got Jamal Adams talking shit again. You have Deshaun Watson. Nothing is going on with him. You have Zach Wilson climbing the charts very quickly. What's up, Dylan? What's up, Ozzy? What's up, guys? Friday night. It's snowing like crazy in New Jersey, man, which is friggin' ridiculous. I'm so tired of the goddamn snow and ice. What's up, Jason? Wonder if I guess obviously you're awake, which is good. Let's see. I did. I figured, I figured I was boring by myself. So you guys be like, just Tyson, this is boring as shit. So I figured not do one. But if you want to do one, we're here. Why not? So Sasha from Germany. Look at this. International show. So yeah, Chris calling that shit. Some of these things, man. Some of these comments about the value of the Carson Wentz and everything else. So we're going to bring on Jake first. Jake, what's up, man?
What's up, Tyson? How you doing?
Good. What are your thoughts on this Carson Wentz trade first off? Because I saw it and instantly everybody's like, well, that ruins the value of Sam Darnold. And I'm like, dude, that's apples and oranges. Like they're not even remotely in the same category. So what were your thoughts on the Wentz trade?
I love it. I mean, I think Chris Ballard is, I said once again, I think he's the best GM in the league. He literally just gets the best deals done. The whole conditional second to first round pick is fantastic. I mean, he knows how to get value. Frank Wright and Carson Wentz played together. They essentially were on the road to that Super Bowl together. I think that was the year Foles won it, right? Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I think
Wentz
you even said
phenomenal.
it yourself about Frank Wright. You're like telling me about Peterson, which, by the way, I don't know if anyone heard. I read this about yesterday, or maybe it was today. Peterson and Wentz didn't talk for like 2 months or something.
Yep. It's crazy.
I mean, that's just unbelievable. I'm like, how is that possible? I mean, like, it's. You would think Adam Gase wouldn't like have talked to anybody, but that I'm like, this is a whole nother dimension we're talking.
Yeah, I mean, Wentz, I think is a decent player. He had a shitty year last year, but he played well with Reich. A couple of years ago, he was like an MVP candidate at one point. He was playing so well.
Yeah,
I think Reich behind that offensive line, I think he's gonna be fine there, dude. And I think it's a risk they're willing to take because they're a win now team. The culture there, like they're a quarterback away. I mean, Philip Rivers had him there, so to me it makes sense. But the value of Sam Darnold doesn't change at all, dude. He like the contract, like Wentz is expensive as shit, right? He's a monster contract. He's 28 years old. Sam Darnold is 23 on his rookie contract with a 5th-year option next year. They're complete apples and oranges. Like Sam Darnold's value did not change at all because of this trade. If anything, it's one less suitor. He can't go to the Colts. But other than that, dude, some of these fucking takes, dude, like, man, does anybody do any like NFL research? Do you understand what the hell the whole dynamic is?
It's just unfortunate to believe that the 2 top quarterbacks from that class, Jared Goff and Carson Wentz, are now both being traded as like bulky package additions with some draft picks. Like that's where it's gotten to at this point. It's kind of sad because one went to a Super Bowl and one had an MVP season, and now they're both going to be. Well, I mean, I just said, Carson Wentz I think can play well, but to go to this contract, I also said I thought his contract was asinine because at the time I'm like, the guy had back fractures. The guy tore his knee up, and he's a mobile quarterback. I'm like, that's the concern I have. And the Eagles, with the exception of Lane Johnson and Peters, their line really had a lot of problems. Now, I hate saying this because, we all praise Joe Douglas, who was the guy drafting offensive line, Andre Dillard and them, Joe Douglas. So
the Eagles did the Wentz what the Jets did to Darnold. They fell completely apart. They became a dumpster fire, and it starts with Howie Roseman, in my opinion, but the whole equivalent of how they're getting Sam Darnold to this, I don't understand that. It made no sense. And then the other thing that came out today, the whole Bleacher Report thing, like I think I'm just angry at everybody right now because the more I read, the more I lose like respect for half these little outlets because now they're saying the Houston Texans, they would favor, obviously, they don't want the 8th pick, the 9th pick, 11th pick, or 12th pick. They want the number 2 pick. No shit. Like if you're going to trade away your quarterback, Obviously, you want the second highest pick in the draft. Like, that's not rocket science. Like, you act like you're breaking news. Like, if you're trading away Watson, you want a quarterback. Where do you want to get that? You want your choice of the draft after Trevor Lawrence. That's the number 2 pick. Like, how is this breaking news? Like, well, guess what? They don't want the 9th pick. No fucking kidding. We already know this. Like, some of this stuff, dude.
Although Tyson, because it's funny. At first I said, Jared Goff, like, hey, there's a chance he could get traded, and he did. I don't know if you read a report the other day that McCaffrey could be in a deal with the Panthers, and I told you it's
but that was they discredited that because that, again, what people are doing right now is they're so desperate for fucking clicks and reads and everything else. It was like a dream scenario. Like, if you had to make a bold, wild prediction, that's what it was, and somebody ran with it. Like, these stories, dude, it's like right now you're getting a report on a report on a report that was speculation. And that's a goddamn headline. Everybody's running with, oh, guess what they said? No, it wasn't. It was somebody speculated it in like a dream scenario, and now it's somebody else's headline. There's so much shit, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah. I've been too busy this week to really.
I got you, man, because I read all this bullshit now.
I can't. Like, it's just giving me a headache. By the way, you said Jamal. What did Jamal Adams say? I didn't.
Oh, fucking this guy. I've been on a rampage for like 2 days now. Because what they're doing is Adam Lefkoe had him on his show. And first of all, he comes out and calls us like some flimsy-ass Jet fans or something like that. And Jamal's like, yeah, I can't believe all these fans are bad-mouthing me. They call me their hero. They call me the president. Then once I leave, they say I suck and I'm not good. I'm like, do you not understand what you did, dude? Like, you went scorched earth. You spit in all our faces. You shit all over your organization. And you want to say, go ahead, Prez. Good luck. Nothing but the best. We wish you the best. Like, dude, you shit on everybody. Like, you smack somebody in the face. We're not assholes. We're like, hey, you know what? Instead of smacking us, how about you kick us in the face next time? Please do that. We're like, no, fuck you, dude. And now he's offended by that? Like, how about this? How about he takes the word Jets out of his mouth? And how about he worries about getting healthy and trying to win in Seattle before Russell Wilson leaves him and he starts losing there too? That shit, I'm so tired. Like, I'm just so tired of Jamal Adams, dude. He is so starved for attention, and whatever he wants attention, he bashes the Jets. He always finds a way to get the Jets involved in his mouth. Always.
I was so satisfied when he lost to a gimpy Jared Goff. I mean, that was vindication as Jets fans.
Just move on, dude. Move on.
I'm like, thank you for the 2 first-round picks and that 3rd round pick. And they get the 4th, I guess, whatever. I don't care that much. We'll get that pick back somehow.
Crazy, man. Like, I'm so tired of all this bullshit. And then the other thing is, and this is something good for you because you're a Justin Fields guy, the Zach Wilson hype is real, man. Every analyst is just like, and it's only what, the end of February? Can you imagine like late March, early April? The Wilson hype is all over the place now, man. Every analyst is saying, I wouldn't say I'd take him over Trevor Lawrence, but I think the kid's gonna be very, very good. He's a stud. No surprise, man. It's just the way it goes. Every offseason goes like this.
Listen, I'm still buying into Fields. I really just believe the kid has it. I may have said some crazy thing. I don't care anymore. Like, the kid has. It takes for him to lose to Alabama for people to just tell him to drop dead when Zach Wilson played Coastal Carolina or like Central Florida or where the fuck he played. I don't. It's like, granted, listen, there's a lot of great players in this world that all played crappy colleges and played it crap. So like, yeah, I'm not going to shit on him for like, winning competition. It's just the end of the day. It's like, you want guys who have played in prominent role, playing on a dominant team and was a leader. He was a leader. I mean, I don't know how to get this in people's heads anymore. And I know everyone's going to sit here and say, oh yeah. He said the Rodgers and the whatever. I don't care anymore. Like, I've watched him play for 2 years. Tyrone, if you're listening to me, please come on this stream. I want to talk to you.
Well, it is. It's recency bias, man. The recency bias is everybody loved him after the Clemson game. And then after the Alabama game, everybody's like, oh, because then meanwhile, Zach Wilson had a lights out game and everybody checked out his YouTube highlights. I'm telling you, if Justin Fields' season ended after the Clemson game, we all be like, oh, he's our guy. We got to get him now. We got to get him. It's recency bias, dude. It's all it is. And then the Dwayne Haskins factor is just sitting in front of everybody's face. I understand different players. I understand all that, but that also plays into it too. Or like, oh, look what Haskins just did. So
I didn't expect Haskins to, the whole strip club thing.
Yeah.
Listen, he was a model citizen at Ohio State. I mean, The kid played hard. There were like DeAndre Hopkins was like, damn, dude, I wish I played in college with you. We would have absolutely killed it. And honestly, I think Pittsburgh could quietly gotten himself a gem. They might got somebody who quietly is going to watch Big Ben play for you, because I think Big Ben's going to be done at any season now. It's just a matter of time. The fact he came back, is he actually coming back next season? Is that official, or is he like still mulling?
It's the whole contract they make. He makes too much money. They don't want to pay him $41 million this year.
They're in salary cap hell. They've been in salary cap hell for years, and now finally with the whole COVID thing and how the salary cap's getting cut, they're going to be so screwed. Like they're
delaying the inevitable. It's going to be this year or next year, Ben. It's going to be one. It's just pick your poison.
And it doesn't surprise me that Connor's going to be gone, Juju's going to be gone, the Pouncey brother retires. It's like you don't think he possibly said, "Listen, we're ready to start cutting people away, and we might be a rebuilding team in about a year or two." And he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to get my hip replacement now because he's going to need one based on him and his brother's like massive injuries over the years. But point is that, we can sit here and speak blue in the face and say, oh yeah, Justin Fields first off, he went to Georgia. He went to Georgia and then transferred to Ohio State. He didn't start his career at Ohio State. He wasn't coached by Urban Meyer. Let's get something very clear here, because all the quarterbacks that played in Urban Meyer is what's getting criticized right now. You're talking about guys like the JT Barrett, Terrell Pryor. They sucked. I'm an Ohio State fan. I never liked them. They were horrible. We had Terrell Pryor as a wide receiver. My brother was in college, and he saw him at the gym one day. He said he knows more about marijuana than anything else.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything. So to me, and Haskins actually is a smart guy. He's a very well-spoken dude. And to me, Justin Fields is a leader. And my buddy owns the University of Georgia bar in Manhattan, and they said that they were rooting hard for Fields to win for Ohio State, because they know with Georgia, they're like, I mean, we couldn't keep him because I guess what was it? Jake Fromm was there, and then I don't know who their quarterback is. Oh, is it JT Daniels, the USC kid that transferred? I believe that's what happened. Yeah, I mean, I think he sucks anyway, but. I mean, if we're going to go back to I'm not going to sit here and talk about Darnold.
Me neither.
I'm tired of talking about Darnold. I hope. I mean, I haven't read too much Twitter. Some people on there are saying it's like a foregone conclusion that he is going to leave, and everyone on TV is talking about a second-round pick, and maybe miraculously he'll be a first-round pick. I think, of course, if we trade Darnold and we can get that first-round pick, I said it last week, it should be all in on a possibility for Watson. We should at least go, because like you said, and everyone we said multiple times to Joe Douglas, do your due diligence, go talk to the Texans and say, hey, here's our best deal here, right now.
Yep. Is
this good enough? Yes or no? And if they still say, well, I don't know, then just say goodbye and just move on. Because we're not going to overpay. I'm not going to give 5 first-round picks. I want a franchise quarterback badly.
Yeah, well, I think the number 2 pick has a lot of value to it. So where another team has to give like their 9th pick or 10th pick and then some other shit, number 2 pick is 2 of their picks to begin with. So that's your max negotiating thing. And the Texans say, no, but listen, man, you want to sell for something else? We're giving you the best offer you can get. Take it or leave it. And if you're not, give it to us, we move on. Like, by the time the draft comes, we're going to be out. Like, listen, this is it. Once the draft starts, we can't sit and wait because we have to build our team. Like, how do you know what I mean? You can't do this after the fact. Once number 2 pick is gone, we pick Zach Wilson or whoever else, we're moving on. Unless, it's just, I don't know. That's crazy, man.
Primetime makes his points about not for Darnold, but about building a team. I want to build a team still. I've been saying this, since last year.
You can do it with a trade, though. You can trade 3 first-round picks and still build this team just fine. 1,000.
I've been saying that. I thought we're going to do 3 consecutive first-round picks, but if we can get Darnold and let's say New Orleans says, screw it. We're not going with Jameis Winston. We're willing to take the chance on Darnold, and we'll give you the 25th, 20, whatever pick it is. Package the 2nd pick, package that pick, package the Seattle pick next year, and maybe we'll throw in a 3rd rounder if they really want that so badly, and let's just do this now. Because at the end of the day, to me, that is that number 2 pick, you're right, is the most valuable pick because it guarantees you anyone after Trevor Lawrence. There's no hesitation. You can go to any pro day. You can sit there and salivate over that player and be like, okay, we know he's in the bag, pending he doesn't, go golfing or basketball and breaks his arm or whatever he decides to do.
No, it's your number 1 marketing tool. That's it. This is what, this is the best offer we're going to give you. We have the most to offer you in terms of value. If you want to sell for something else, you want to play the game, we're out. Like, and then we go get our quarterback at 2 and move on. Like, it's it. Like, it's just, and that all these stories, man, coming out. Like the one thing I've learned, like the guy John McClain from Houston Texans is being interviewed all across the country now, and he's offering the same shit everywhere. The story is the same. The Jets can offer the most to give the Texans to help them rebuild as fast as possible. That's what we can do. So if they don't want to deal with this, oh well then. I mean, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy.
I wanted to ask you though, because and this is a more sober thing to talk about because of Salah's reputation. Which one of the Niners players do you think will actually bring in? I've said Kyle Juszczyk, but I read something about Solomon Thomas. I actually kind of like the idea of bringing him in. He's a great leader, Stanford guy, the guy to lead. It would be just ironic that his Niner career ended on the field that he might play on it.
Yeah, no, it's true. And they said him, both those guys. They mentioned Kendrick Bourne. They mentioned Richard Sherman. Well, any of those guys, dude. I mean, Richard Sherman's obviously not going back there. He's looking for a 2-year deal. I'm sure the Jets would give him that. And then he said he's open to playing safety too, which would be interesting. So, I mean, but Jake, thanks for joining me, man. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
Yeah.
How's the new job?
The job is going well, man. Thank you. It's just, I'm seeing we have 80 patients a day. It's fucking crazy busy every day. It's just,
better than bored.
Big practice, big medical practice, but I'm getting paid well. And I'm trying to just be humble because being furloughed from work sucked this year. It was not fun, but anyway, thank you for asking. And we'll talk about the Jets. Thanks, man.
Have a good night, man.
See ya.
All right. So we will go back to the comments real quick. Snoopy. It's good to see Snoopy back causing chaos. Let's see what we got here. Thanks, Mike McCagnon. What kind of GM thinks drafting a safety at 6 is smart? Yeah, you could have had Watson or Mahomes. The whole departure, Jamal Adams, man, this has just been annoying as hell. Zach Wilson is the next Ty Detmer or Mark Wilson. I've heard that before. And I've also heard Justin Fields is the next, Terrell Pryor. So you hear the same thing everywhere. These quarterback takes are just blistering, though. And so for those that are wondering, I did a video on, I forget the video was on. I think it must have been on, who was it on? Snoopy, you could tell me because you put a good breakdown. So, what's up, JC? What's up? What's up, guys? Snoopy gave an excellent report on Justin Fields, so he's trying to sell me, I guess. Knew that was coming. Let's see. We'll bring on anybody, man. Listen, it's just me tonight. I don't know what Primetime's doing. I guess he's busy, so we will bring on Ryan. What's up, man?
What's up, Tyson? How are you, man?
Doing pretty good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I've been watching the streams. I came on a few weeks ago, and I'm surprised that it's a very pro-Sam show. So let's get rid of that.
I'm not sure what show you're talking about because I'm not a pro-Sam show.
I know you're not Prime Time. And it's some of his callers. Jack, I watched his video on here. It's unbelievable that he still has fans. I love Sam the person, but I mentioned it a few weeks ago here. There's no case scenario for him coming back. It doesn't make sense financially. Just watching him play, what is the potential? Why are people so sure that he's going to go elsewhere and succeed? He was obviously we didn't do justice by him, right? So whoever comes in next, we have to, like everyone's been saying, we have to build a better team. We need a better offensive line, better receivers, and hopefully now we have better coaching. I understand all that, but and I know you're not a Sam guy. It's just mind-boggling that people, after 3 years, there's still some.
Well, the thing is, he's cheap this year. The 5th-year option is until May 5th for $25 million, which you don't have to pick up. But I think people fear the unknown. They fear the uncertainty of Wilson and Fields. So they're like, oh, instead of that unknown, I want to go with the devil I know, and that's Sam Darnold. And let's build around him. And if he doesn't pan out, we start over next year. And I'm like, why delay the inevitable? What are we waiting for? And then we're not going to number 2 pick next year. So
that's exactly the point. What are you going to trade up then and use Seattle's pick?
So the whole point, which drives me crazy, is that everybody says, well, you know what? We'll build around him this year. We get all these picks. Okay, so if you win 5 or 6 games this year and he plays like shit, all those picks next year, you're going to be giving up to move up the number 2 pick that you have now this year. Dude, he wasn't drafted by Joe Douglas. They want, it's a new coach, new offense. A reset just makes sense, man. It just does. I understand, everybody's a nice kid. He's he's resilient. He overcame the ghost and all this shit. He still didn't play well. Yeah. And the biggest problem I have is that everybody keeps blaming Gase for everything else, but the kid is an individual. He didn't play well. He made a lot of rookie mistakes as a 3rd-year player.
Decision making's been terrible since his 2nd year in college. That hasn't changed, unfortunately. We hoped it would. It didn't. Yep. But it's sad the way it turned out. But as you know, it's time to move on.
And then the thing is, the other point is everybody keeps saying, well, keep Sam so we can rebuild our team. And I'll keep saying is you can trade Sam for even a second round pick.
Yeah,
you could trade for Watson, give away 3 first round picks, and still have $80 million in cap space and a shitload of draft picks to build. Because when you trade for Watson, it's not a 1-year rebuild. It's going to be part of your process. It's only 25 years old. So if it takes you 2 years to get the best team you can get, you have 2 years with Deshaun Watson as your quarterback. Like,
exactly.
And
we're already ahead of the curve. His team's turning it around now within a year or two. Yep. We have all the additional draft picks from Jamal Adams. You know, I know he was on there earlier, talking about us once again.
Clown.
But honestly, I'm kind of thankful for the draft picks we got back for him. We're in a unique opportunity. 2 first round picks this year, 2 next year, and whatever Darnold gets back, which is, I know you mentioned how does it affect Sam Darnold trade to Wentz? I don't think it does. I mean, there was the Colts and really the Bears were the only teams who were in on it, and it was because of his ludicrous contract. Like Darnold, like you said, still cheap, and even $25 million for a team that could talk themselves into it. That's not the worst for a quarterback. So
no, they have to buy into, you know what, he's a reclamation project, and we can do it with our team, with our system, with our coaches. They could take that chance. They're willing to do that. Where I think it's time for the Jets just need to move on, man. Like, now, do you have a rookie quarterback that you like?
Okay, so I haven't seen a lot of people on here. I actually do like Zach Wilson, but I also like Fields. So like I'm in a boat where this kind of reminds me of the offensive lineman class from last year, where I think there are 3 to 4 legit people and probably 3 of them out of the 4 are going to work out. Obviously, a lot depends on where the quarterback ends up, but the Jets have the draft capital right now. I'd go Wilson, and I know the competition and stuff, and they're like right now he has all the hype. I understand. Fields will be next month probably. Lance is starting to build now because we haven't seen Lance play in like a year.
Yep.
But yeah, it just what I don't like though is, even though I am like I would go Wilson as if the draft was tomorrow, I don't really like the take like he fits our system best, because like you take the best player available. I don't care if Fields is like a little bit different, because Fields is a phenomenal talent, so he really is.
Yep.
I would be excited with either one. Like I said, I just don't want Darnold. I'm going for someone with top 5, top 10 potential, and Darnold, that's not it.
Well, that's the question everybody's asking. Like, okay, you may have some kind of faith in Sam, but now, what is his ceiling? Like, what is his max level right now? Like, is he a game manager that can make a splash play or two? Or is he like a great talent that can be like a top 5, top 8, top 10 quarterback? And I don't think he can be. Like, I think those days are gone. If he makes top 15, I think it's your best bet. But then, like, if you think Fields or Wilson could be like a top 8 quarterback at some point, that's their ceiling, then that's your guy. Like, I have no problem with either one of them, dude. Like, I go back and forth. I keep torturing myself over it, but
me too. I'm gonna do the same thing as you're doing. But it's like last year, where like Wirfs, Becton, Jedrick Wills, those guys panned out. I mean, Wirfs was the best year one. We'll see going forward. I'm excited for Becton. But it's like if we get a scenario like that, we're all gonna be super excited. And how I mean, I don't want to keep bashing Sam, but it's gonna be fun because Fields or Wilson are both pretty good deep ball throwers. Sam Darnold in 3 years, like I can remember like 3 long passes. One against the Cowboys, is Denver's rookie year. He was not good at the deep ball. People blaming the shoulder this past year. That's not it. It's not even about arm strength. He just never connect with Robbie Anderson, honestly. So
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yeah, I just want to listen, man. I think the thing that keeps, like, the argument with Sam Darnold keeps going back and forth, but the one thing that keeps resonating in my mind is that when Salah kept saying our offense is very quarterback friendly, easy reads, that to me says rookie quarterback. That's saying, listen, we could bring in a young kid and groom him with our offense and we'll be just fine. And you saw it with the 49ers. It was kind of like plug and play, in and out, in and out. Whoever got hurt, next guy up, and they all played well in it. So if you're going to do that, you take a guy in rookie year and you mold him for the next 4 or 5 years under his contract, and you're golden, dude. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's the way to go in today's NFL. That's how you win, and that's how you build the team. So
that's exactly how you build a team. On a rookie, with the quarterback with a rookie contract, and you have 4 or 5 years to maximize it, and then you go from there.
Exactly.
So, thanks for joining me, man. I appreciate it.
Have a good night, man.
You too. So now primetime's gonna be like, these motherfuckers are gonna sit here and bash Darnold all night, and this is not my fault. This is the topics that are coming up. So let's see. Zach Wilson is your best bet. This is the consensus, man. Jets Twitter is crazy. So we see the guy here. I'll go a couple more comments. Ryan Field of Dreams. You guys want to join? The chat is in the link is in the chat. Fields over Wilson, hands down. Snoopy is. I got to find out where Snoopy did that because he gave a pretty good breakdown. Sam Darnold's a game manager at best, I guess. Let's see what else we got here. A couple more. This is another thing. Doesn't elevate players around him for Sam Darnold. Interesting. Let's see what we got. Fields can be Watson, but he's more athletic. That's a bold take, Snoopy. Snoopy's with a full sales pitch here. Let's see what else we got here. And thank you guys all for the music, the rock references, the band references. Holy shit, I got a lot of new ones to check out. I'm big into I Prevail and Motionless in White. So we're gonna go to Anthony. What's up, man?
What's up, Tyson?
How you doing?
I'm all right. Just waiting patiently on what the Jets are going to do at quarterback.
Well, got probably another month or so at least to see what happens once free agency starts and this whole Deshaun Watson shit. So it's going to take some time,
Listen,
man.
As long as it's one of these three quarterbacks, Deshaun, Justin Fields, or Zach Wilson, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with any of them. Just the thing, listen to me. Don't get me wrong. I love Watson. He's a top 5 quarterback in my opinion, maybe top 3. It's kind of going to be frustrating when you see all those draft picks. Just say you just trade like 3 or 4 first-round picks. That's going to suck, though.
Why? If you get 3 or 4 first-round picks and you get Watson and the draft picks play well, who cares? You still got Watson.
True. Yeah, I understand. Well, we'll just say. I'm just saying if the Jets they don't make a trade by the draft for Watson, you're not getting Watson. You're 100% not. You're probably going to end up picking Zach Wilson, if anything.
Well, I mean, once the draft starts, I mean, how can you offer a Texans compensation if you start drafting players?
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
Unless they tell you they want Wilson. If you know they want Wilson, then you draft them. Then obviously you do that. Once the draft starts,
I think he's the right. I think Wilson's the right guy for the team, in my opinion. As much as I want,
then why do you want Watson then?
No, as much as I want Watson. Wilson's like the best fit. I want Watson the most, but I think Wilson's the best fit.
Well, if Wilson's the best fit, then why do you want Watson?
Because my point about Watson, though, he's proven. I think Wilson fits it. We just don't know how good he's gonna be, though.
Okay. I gotta drink more for this one. Hold on a second here. All right, so Watson. I mean, Watson is top 5 quarterback.
I just think Wilson fit more, but I want Watson though. You know what I mean?
But if Wilson fits more, and you can get him at 2, and you could save all that draft compensation, you should be doing that. I don't understand what you're saying.
I understand. No. I'm just saying This is Tyson. Listen, I'm saying
I'm
Wilson
listening.
fits it better.
I'm not comprehending, but I'm listening. I promise you.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I just think Wilson fits it better. I'm not. No, it doesn't.
So, but my point is, if you're making this take that Wilson fits a system better than Watson, then why would you want Watson? You save all those draft picks and build around Wilson and flourish.
I still haven't made up my mind what we want to do. What I want to do.
Dude, you're fucking confusing the shit out of me. Holy Christ!
I'm fine with both, though. I'm fine with both.
I think it's those green lights are making you fucking Holy shit, man. Thanks, John. I appreciate it, man.
All right. See you next time.
Yep. I'm not really sure what happened just right there. I'm not really sure. It's just, was it me? It just wasn't me, was it? Like, I don't even know what happened there. I was like, I don't even know. I'm not even sure what happened. This is Legend's holding his own. I think Legend had some of the good stuff because he's just out right now. That's just, yeah, make sure I'm listening. I tried my best, man. I definitely tried my best. I was too. So we will go to, so we got here a lot of people here. Holy shit, you crazy bastards. We will go to Mr. Ant. What's up, man?
What's up, Tyson? That was a typical Jet call, huh?
That was some shit, man.
Oh, boy. That got me going.
So what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Jamal Adams? You want to talk about the Carson Wentz trade?
I don't want to talk about anything with Jamal Adams, except for thanking him for getting picks. Nothing to say about him.
So this is a good one right here. Need some syrup for those waffles? Yeah, that was a tough one. Now, the Wentz trade for me has no impact on the Jets whatsoever, other than the Colts are no longer a landing spot for Darnold. But it doesn't change the compensation for Sam at all.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
It's completely. His
Why is it so hard for
different,
people to
his
understand
age
that?
is different. I don't know. I don't know. The same way that they went with the Stafford trade. It's a completely different trade.
Yep.
You're basically compensating for different salaries and all kinds of
Different salary, different age, different quarterback, different results, different
Rams are
system,
going
different
for a win
coach.
now. They're in a win now. They're not going to be able to pay Ramsey, Aaron Donald. They have to try and do something. Golf. This is what scares me about the quarterbacks besides Lawrence, obviously. Golf and Wentz, they were number 1 and 2, and they're both getting traded the same year.
Dude, look,
2
that
years
whole
down.
class. Look at that class. Like, there's like it was a series of 6 years or some shit where they went through all the quarterbacks that drafted in the first round. Where they are now, it's like Jesus Christ, man. And now look what's going to happen to Sam.
Yeah. Well, I asked the same question on the call-in show when we were talking. I was talking with Tyrone. If you take Sam Darnold's college career and you put him into this draft class, take away what he did in the NFL. I know obviously it's been bad, but it probably goes before Wilson and Fields.
Yep.
Coming out of what he did in college. So it doesn't not everyone's game translates into the NFL. It's not as easy as everyone thinks it is.
Well, the Jets have proven that. Look how many bad quarterbacks we've taken over the years. I mean, many teams have proven that.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
Geno Smith was the best quarterback we could have drafted.
Yeah, we thought we hit the jackpot in the second round with him, and that blew up in our face.
Well,
but
he used to throw screen passes to Tavon Austin, 4-yard passes, and Tavon Austin would run for 60 yards. And yeah, of course he's going to have 3,000, 4,000 yards.
Yep.
He really threw the ball a total of 200 yards.
Yeah, but you look at, and they had on what was it today? Justin Herbert. Like, dude, look how good he was last year, and look where he went. And then to be honest, if we look at Josh Allen, I literally shit on him. I was like, Josh Allen's the worst quarterback of the 5. I had Josh Rosen ahead of him. Like, dude, and look what happened there. Like, they developed him right system, right coach, right quarterback, right
and
system.
He also got a great piece. He's got a top 5 receiver at this point in Diggs.
Yep.
I mean, it helps tremendously. Listen, I'm not big on Sam Darnold, but I'm like I've said it before. I'd almost rather stick with me. I've been all in. I'll stay all in with Watson.
Okay.
But I just don't know. I'm torn. I'm not saying it's the right thing. I don't know what the right thing is, but I almost feel like the team benefits more from trading back and getting more picks, because what if one of those guys are this? I get you. I'm with you. I'm not a Sam guy. I'm not.
It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't know.
What if it turns into Sam 2.0 and now we lose?
What if it doesn't? Hey, but how about this? What if it doesn't? What if you hit it and the guy you draft is the guy? Then what? Like, we always have, like, we're programmed for, like, worst case scenario, doom and gloom. That's what we know. But maybe one time we actually get it right.
Okay, here we have 3 options. Is keeping Sam the right pick, or is taking Fields over Wilson, or Wilson over Fields? I could see us doing the wrong thing again and saying, Jesus, we took Fields and Wilson's the guy, or we took Wilson and Fields was the guy. It's just
that could be.
It's never easy. You say, oh, the number 2 pick's great, but the number 1 pick, we don't even have this conversation.
Yep.
We're not talking about this at all.
And that's why it's crazy to see all these articles now where, Wilson could be better than Trevor Lawrence. I wouldn't take Trevor Lawrence. I'm like,
come on, man.
There's no living way in fucking hell he's calling it to.
You see that throw he made, that 60 Oh my God.
And the funny thing was, I'm like, dude, it was a dime, dude. It was like a 60 or 70-yard dime. And they're like, oh, it's only a pro day. Okay, it's only a pro day. Not many quarterbacks can do that shit.
No way.
I don't care who. Like, it's just.
Well, I seen a tape of him coming out. I think it was his junior year in high school, and they had the setup of it was almost like goalposts, and boy, he was spiking it into
he's
the
a phenomenal
ground.
Quarterback, dude.
But where he went to from where he is now, I mean, you can't even make that argument. Listen, I could be wrong on Zach Wilson, but it's a completely different division.
I'm curious to see the pro days, man. The pro days are going to be vital because now it's like the focus is there. Now you figure they're going to try to make him ask all these crazy throws, and I'm wondering if it's going to be scripted. But I wonder if it's going to be scripted to his strengths, or they're going to try to get him out of his comfort zone a little bit. I'm curious how they do that.
Do everything. Listen, you cannot. This is not a political debate. You're talking a franchise quarterback for a team that's been god awful for the last 10 plus years, and I think that they're finally realizing the fans are fed up. It's enough is enough. Like, how much of a shitty product can you watch for this long?
I'm just, for some reason, I have to watch more Wilson, but dude, for some reason, I just like Fields. And the reason why is he showed me so much in that Clemson game. And it wasn't the touchdown throws. It was he got the shit beat out of him, dude. And he refused to quit. He wouldn't quit.
I can't believe he played in that championship game. I didn't think he was going to.
But like he took a beating, kept getting back up. Like his refuse to lose mentality was leadership. It was toughness, and that's like, and that's where if you think about. But you think about what Josh Allen did. What Josh Allen did in Buffalo was he did the same shit, dude. Yeah. He would get his ass beat, jump up, make mistakes, and was kept scratching and clawing and finding a way. And what that does is people start believing in you and they buy into it and they want to play hard for you because everybody's, you're buying into your quarterback. It's a leader. That's how you emerge. And to me, that Justin Fields impressed the shit out of me with that. Like I said, I haven't watched enough about Zach Wilson, and I'm not going to lie. I watched his YouTube highlights like everybody else did. But I'm going to go back and watch games and shit.
That's what I watch.
But it's like, dude, Fields impressed me, dude.
Because it's the best. You could be impressed by any quarterback in this draft if you watch highlights on YouTube.
Yep.
Because it's going to be only their best.
Shit, Sam Darnold's got a highlight reel for the Jets.
Yeah. He does, throwing picks to the other teams.
No, he's got these guys rookie year, the Green Bay game. Everybody's going to keep going with that in the Houston game.
That made him. That was.
But like, feel like certain things about Fields and like the character he displayed and just things like that impressed me. So that's where I'm at. And then listen, the Wilson hype is real. I see it everywhere. Like even like Louis Riddick is saying it. Like guys you really respect, not like the fly by night guys like for Yahoo Sports and shit.
You see how many. I mean, it's all clickbait. How many now? All the sources are saying all kinds of different. Today, I think I've seen more than I've seen because it quieted down for a while with Watson. And
people are desperate for clicks, man.
Today desperate. It really picked up tremendously on Twitter. I mean, I was seeing all kinds of shit.
Yep, it's ridiculous.
One thing I want to see with free agency now.
Yep,
there's some guys getting cut that not everybody.
It's only just starting, man.
I think we're going to be patient. I think we have to wait it out because I said it a while back. I think there's some guys that you're going to get that aren't even talked about, that haven't even been spoken.
We're going to have our pick of the stash. Like we had the most money. Yeah. Like so you can like, and then if you cut guys like James, right? What's that?
Like 80 million or something, right?
Yeah, I think you have like 68 or 73, depending on how you look at it, and then you can go up to like 85 or 90 if you get rid of like Henry Anderson, Crowder, Ryan Griffin, Alex Lewis, Van Roten, all those guys. You wipe all them out, dude. You're gonna have like $90 million in cap space.
The one guy I don't want to get rid of is Fant. I don't know why. I just feel like getting rid of him would be a mistake. I'm fine with Van Roten, but also, like I said it before, next year we also have a tremendous amount of cap. Also,
that's the whole thing. It's like the rebuild. Like people, like I understand rebuild to the draft. Everybody keeps yelling at me about that. I understand the whole draft thing, but you have a ton of cap space to complement that and work with too. So you can get your building blocks either way. 100%. Just when you offer these big fat ass contracts, don't give them to a 30-year-old running back. You give it to a 25-year-old receiver.
Like you
spend, exactly. or Godwin. Godwin's young as hell. Yeah. But like you spend it wisely where it's like these are building blocks for the long term, not band-aid guys. Like to me, JG Watt makes no fucking sense at all.
No way.
None.
It doesn't fit.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't want a guy like that. You respect him as a Hall of Famer, but he's not the right fit for this team.
No. Because honestly, this isn't a 1-year build. If you're going to do it that way, you have to look at it at least a 2-3 year build.
Exactly.
If you can make a tremendous step next year, and say, you know what, we have another $60 million. They have a core of guys. It's nice to see, and also it's nice to see Mosley's actually driving to the facility. That was pretty nice. I actually didn't even realize he was still
been 2 years.
Yeah, I mean that was nice to say. Hopefully he can play the same. He's not out of shape. But I just think there's guys like I think it was who was the lineman from the Saints? He just got cut. Was it Beaston?
Yep. Yeah. Saw him. Yeah.
He just got cut. There's safety. That's the other thing. Jamal
Trey
Adams
Boston. Yep.
Shit. And this guy's getting cut. I'll take the 2 first-round picks we got, and if we sign one of these guys, see you later. What did you do for Seattle?
There's so many opportunities to improve this team this offseason. That's why like everybody's so just like dead set on these first-round picks. And I understand the value of them. 100%. But if they go to Houston for Watson, and then you still have all this money, dude, like shitloads of money to spend. And it's like, it goes a long way. People are like, oh, you only get 3 free agents with $80 million? It's like, come on, man. You could do so much with that.
There's going to be 2 guys that take up a huge chunk of that money. Granted, if you sign a Thuney and a Allen Robinson, they're going to get a big chunk of it. But
that's 30. Okay, so this is just say if that's 30. You still have 50.
Yes, and then 60 next year. It's $110 million.
Yeah. So
listen, that's why I'm saying the picks for me, I look at the 2 picks for Jamal Adams as something we didn't have.
Yep.
So you're basically telling me if we get those 2 picks involved in this trade for Watson and we have to give up a first-round pick, we traded a first-round pick and Jamal Adams for Deshaun Watson.
Deal.
You sign me up any day.
Yep.
Any day of the week.
I agree.
Think that's the trade to make. listen, if they play hardball and it comes down to it, what are we going to do? We have no choice. We can't be held hostage. We're the ones that can pay.
Yep.
At some point, you say, you know what? You don't want it? We go. Good luck. Now you get stuck with the 8th pick or the 12th pick.
Yeah, and they're going to settle for less than because you're not getting your best offer. The best way to rebuild is number 2 pick for them. They can get their quarterback they want, and they can try to rebuild.
They have their choice. It's not that they have to take what's there. They're having the choice, no matter what they want to do. I agree. I think it's going to be interesting. I think with free agents, the cutting, whoever gets released.
The Jets are in the driver's seat, for being honest.
Big time.
Like they have the number 2 pick, so they can get whatever guy they want or trade back, and they have a shitload of cap space. So if Joe Douglas has a legitimate plan, he can. I mean,
the only other team you could actually say is sitting in the position that you would want to be in is Jacksonville. Because they know they're getting their quarterback and they have a ton of money.
They don't have to trade nobody away.
Exactly who we're getting at quarterback. So they're one step ahead of us there.
Yep.
But I also think we have pieces, even though we don't have many, but they don't have a Mekhi Becton. They don't have a Quinnen Williams.
Yep. No, you're right.
I think that we have some things that they don't, but they also have a humongous thing that we don't right now, which is their quarterback.
Yep, bastards.
So, thanks,
hey man, we're at least we're feeling good about some good things though. It's like, listen, we have a respected coach in theory. Hopefully, he's got a good staff. But it's like
we have a solid foundation finally.
A positive momentum, dude. Like, listen, there are some like
starting to put stuff on Twitter about
he's tweeting out like good shit, not like fucking like 4 vowels and a consonant,
the fumble or something like that. So hey, listen, man. Hopefully it goes well, man. Listen,
what's on your hat, dude? It says Arthur. What the hell's your hat say?
Arthur Ave.
Arthur Ave. I like that hat. Nice.
If you've never been to Arthur Avenue, Google it. Go there and eat. You hit me up, I'll tell you where to go eat. It's the best Italian food you'll ever eat in your life.
Dude, I'm in. I'll come fucking meet you.
Come meet me. My treat.
Dude, you know I will. I don't give a shit.
Yep. Whenever you want.
Bro, I'm down. I fucking hey. You think I won't? I'll be hitting you up.
Hit me up, brother. Sounds good.
Cool. Good talking to you, man.
Thanks for coming on tonight, Tyson. Appreciate it.
No problem. Later, dude. Always good talking to Ant. We didn't even talk about friggin' what's up? He's not Baby Yoda, man. You don't even know who he is. Come on, man. Primetime's not here. Dominic's on Arthur Ave. Enzo's Arthur Ave. I gotta go there. What's everybody? I guess everybody knows, huh? Because no one doesn't know. Let's see. We'll go a couple more comments here. How is the best deal for Houston and Watson is Dolphins, not Jets? The Jets have the higher draft pick. I don't understand that. They have number 2 pick. That's the most marketable thing you can get. Let's see here. Cassandra's causing all kinds of chaos. Let's see. King of New York. What else we got here? Guess we will go back to the callers because drop the link. Okay. Trying to do a lot here, man. We will go to Vincent. Vincent just left me. Another room, man. You're not in your room. Are you in the bathroom?
No, this is my kitchen. Because I got something for the chat if they behave.
If they behave? They don't normally behave. What is it? A jalapeno? A pepper?
Ghost pepper.
You're gonna eat a ghost pepper?
Before I'm done before I head off, I'll eat a ghost pepper if they behave.
A ghost pepper? Why would you do that to yourself?
I can handle it.
That's crazy, man. How your dogs doing?
Oh, they're doing good. I could actually introduce you to, since you didn't meet Linus.
Linus the dog?
Yeah, here he is, right here.
Oh, look at him. That's a cute-looking dog.
Yeah,
how old is he?
His name's Linus. That's Linus.
Is he wearing a Giants jersey? What the hell's he wearing?
He's just wearing a gray hoodie that says "Drinking Buddy."
Oh, there you go. That's not too bad.
But he does have a little charm on his collar that says Jets on it.
Okay, good. I thought it said Giants on it, so.
No. We are strictly a Jets household. I'm working on getting Lucy a Jets cheerleader outfit and Linus a Jets jersey.
Linus and Lucy. Very nice.
Yeah, no, yeah, let's see, what should we talk about? You were talking about the quarterbacks.
Yes.
So I actually listened to one of your previous guy calling in and talking about like arguing against Wilson, like who did he face and what is he working with? You can make that same argument for Fields because like when you're playing on a team like Ohio State, everybody there is going to be a future starter in the NFL.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, there's
you can make the same arguments you can make against small school quarterbacks. You can make against big school quarterbacks because they have rosters that are just engorged in talent. So it's like, how much of it is the quarterback and how much of it is the talent around them?
I agree. I completely agree.
I mean,
that's why Mac Jones. If Mac Jones is on Alabama, the best team in the country, why isn't everybody talking more about him? Because he's surrounded by an all-star cast.
Yeah, then look at the 3 MVP finalists this year. Who are they? Who were they? Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. What do all 3 have in common?
The quarterbacks.
All small school quarterbacks.
It's a good point, man. That's a very good point. Yeah, I mean, everybody's got hot takes, man. It's just a matter of what your preference is, and
I was actually watching a couple days ago. I was watching another Jets YouTuber. He actually was able to get an interview with the beat reporter of BYU.
Nice.
Yeah,
we don't do that kind of shit. We don't care.
No, it was a really informative video. Like it despaired the whole spoiled rich kid stereotype because the guy drives a beat up.
The thing is, listen, but it's all marketing now. Like if you ask his coach, if you ask Zach Wilson's coach what about him, he's going to tell you everything you want to hear. You ask a beat reporter, they're going to tell you what they want to hear. It's what you got to find. You got to find a neutral, objective guy and get their opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
Like if you ask Primetime about Sam Darnold, you're going to get a glowing review. You ask me, not get the same review. It's a better who you ask and what their narrative is and what their agenda is too.
Yeah, that's a true point.
Right? Because now if you ask a BYU reporter, will you hear something over there? If you ask a BYU reporter something and he bashes Zach Wilson, I guarantee he's going to lose some credentials and won't get the same access he used to get.
But I mean, he's not going to lie, and he's not going to lie and say the guy is,
Because, dude, you got to keep in mind, dude. If you say something,
I was going to say the part about the car because what spoiled rich kid drives up a beat up Mazda from 2006?
Yeah, but even if it was a reporter or his offensive coordinator, they're not going to say anything bad about him. They're just not, because it's going to make instant headlines. Tom Smith from wherever, Idaho said that Zach Wilson doesn't do this, and this. It'll be instant headlines all over social media. So they're all going to say the right thing to keep just building up his stock. Nobody's going to be the person that brings them down.
True. I just can't wait for this offseason. I'm just so excited.
It's the offseason.
I know. I can't wait for it to truly begin. With the free agency.
Yeah. March 15th.
I guess, when was the last time the Jets had both a front office and a coaching staff that was universally well respected around the league? Because I can't think of it.
1998.
Yeah, I'd probably say the late 90s with Parcells.
Yep.
But that's how long it's been,
Look at all general managers. McHagnon and Idzik weren't that. So that wipes out a couple of them. So then you're going back to the Tannenbaum days. Then you're saying, maybe Tannenbaum and Rex. Was Rex respected that much, or probably not?
Nah, everyone probably thought he was just a loudmouth.
Yep. So.
Yeah, but no, I'm looking forward. All right, I'm gonna ask you this.
Good.
All right. If you could, let's say you're gonna trade Sam Darnold, what would you? And let's say you got the option. You have the option to either trade him to get an extra late first round pick, or use him to pick swap the 23rd pick. Which one are you picking?
Pick swap 23rd pick with what?
Well, let's say for this example, let's say the 49ers. You're getting the 49ers or the Panthers pick.
So you can go from 23 to 8?
Yeah, let's say the Panthers. Let's say the 49ers. That's the more practical option. Let's say the 49ers, I think they're 12 or 14 or something.
So if you can go from 23 to 14?
Or you can get an extra first round pick. Like, let's say Chicago or Washington.
I mean, your goal is to get the highest pick available, dude. But so now you're saying if I can have an extra first round pick or just move up. So I'd probably take the extra first round pick. So I have 2 first round. Tonight I have another first round pick. Then you can package them on your own and go wherever you want.
True. Or you can just get more bodies on the field.
Yeah. I mean, that could be. Interesting question. I mean, obviously you want the highest pick available, but then if you can get 2 picks, you can do more. Probably can do more with them.
You can address more areas because I'm just wondering that because I've seen the both. Like I've seen you can use Sam Darnold to pick swap. I've seen you can use Sam Darnold to get it late first. As I'm not. I think I'd honestly get the extra first. I think that's more valuable.
Yeah, because we need players, and if anything, it'd be more competition to offer for Deshaun Watson if you have to.
Yeah, it probably would.
You know. All right, so now none of these guys think that you're gonna eat the pepper. Oh shit! You just ate it. Well, you gotta see you eat the whole. You gotta see you swallow it though. Damn, savage. You don't wash it down or anything? What's in the cup? Water? What do you?
Coffee.
A pepper and coffee? You're gonna throw up, dude. You're definitely throwing up. You're throwing up.
I'll be fine.
You're throwing up, aren't you?
No, I'm just gonna throw out the stem.
You're throwing out your fucking vomit. So you're fine, dude? Your tongue's like, that's just insane. What the hell?
I grow them every year and use them to make my ghost pepper salsa.
Jesus Christ, man. You're throwing up. You're definitely gonna throw up. That coffee's coming out.
I got a good tolerance for heat. Now, if it was my dad, he'd have to go to a hospital. He's allergic to spice.
This is just crap. I can't believe you just ate that like it was a fucking snack and no big deal.
Hey, that's an easy way for you to get views.
Jesus Christ, man. That's just wild, man. That's just good for you. I could never do that. I'd be dying right now. My eyes would be tearing. I'd be sweating.
It's easy. Just imagine. I imagine cold objects.
That doesn't
And
do shit.
Also, I have a tub of ice cream on standby.
It's just.
We'll get through the rest of this before I get to the ice cream.
See, you have people that are very impressed right now. Now we know why your pain tolerance is so high. You can do that.
Yep, it's still less painful than watching that 30 than watching that shutout against the Pats last year in 2019.
I think you've made up for your failed halftime. It's kicking in now, though. I can see it now. You're starting to sweat. You can see it.
Yeah.
It is kicking in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is your tongue like numb?
A little.
What the fuck are we doing here? Holy shit, man. You're a trooper. So then what do? You eat like the whole ice cream? Like the whole, what do you get? A bucket of ice cream to calm your tongue down? Or what do you have to do? Oh, now now you're sweating. Now it's got you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, ice cream will probably do it.
Do you need ice cream now, or are you still trying to?
No, I'll get through this before I go eat ice cream.
That's savage.
Yeah.
See, now next time you got to do is you got to eat the pepper and play guitar at the same time. That'd be impressive.
No, that'd
be really impressive, man.
Yeah, no, I did that because Primetime's probably gonna be bummed out that he missed it.
They're all saying to drink some milk.
No, I can't drink milk. I'll literally upchuck.
Don't touch your eyes. Everybody's pretty impressed, dude. Eat another one.
No.
Jesus Christ.
This is not hot ones. But man. No, all right. So I was asking, who are your top free agent targets?
You really should eat a pepper and play guitar next time. But let's see. My free agent, obviously, I like Lindsley, the center. I'm all in for Allen Robinson, man. Allen Robinson, Richard Sherman.
Allen Robinson, I like Thuney, and then my backup plan is Brandon Sheriff. I think
those running right now.
A little, but it's all right. But I think honestly, I think
you're dying.
Those are my big targets. I think I would get Sherman, maybe target some of the other defensive players from the 49ers.
Yeah. They're all fearing your digestive tract right now.
Oh no, I'm fine. It's honestly wearing off at this point.
Oh, your eyes are tearing. I can see them. Yeah, my koala right now wants some of your peppers too.
Oh, you can just get them. They sell them at plant stores. You can buy kits on Amazon for them.
Nose is running. I cannot believe I can't believe you just drank coffee. That's it. That's all you're gonna drink to like calm down the heat. Oh my god, this
Honestly, it's pretty much worn off at this point.
already?
It's a slight tingling at this point for me. Like the big
Damn.
heat intensity wore off. That's true.
This is you never know what to expect on these streams, man. You just never know what to. It's just. I definitely think you've made up for blowing us off on halftime for the Super Bowl.
All right. I bet Primetime just bummed he missed this.
Primetime's not gonna believe what he missed tonight. You'd be like, what the hell happened? Vincent, thanks for joining us, man. Be careful.
Peace and go Jets.
Talk to you later, man. Holy shit, that's funny as hell. Oh my god. That's wild, man. You never know what to expect on these things. Holy shit. Yeah, primetime. That would be funny. Yeah. Primetime, you'd be like, I missed what? A hot wings challenge. I actually did that once. I did that with the nuclear wings at the what the hell is that place called? It's like shit. It's like 10 minutes from here. They had nuclear wings. Dude, they were so hot. It was ridiculous. Went out of business. Thank God. We're losing them. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. How many of the callers do you guys see at games? We just started doing live streams this year, dude. So we have unfortunately didn't see any games or see any callers. From the call-in show on Tuesday nights, we met quite a few. So it's been pretty cool. The entertainment. Yeah. Yeah. You never know what to expect on this stream, man. But we going back to this one though, we plan on doing, if we can, if this pandemic ever goes away, going to road games, home games, and everything else. So hopefully we can meet a lot of you guys. Especially road games. Definitely going to that. How about entertaining? Does that work? If all the Sam detractors are convinced he sucks, then they shouldn't have any problem demanding he be traded to the Patriots. If they're right, that should be 2 easy wins. Come on, man. You never go to your division rival. We learned that with Chad Pennington, who was damaged goods. The ludicrous wings from the chicken or the egg and LBI. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of what the hell. Bro, I'm in. And you understand, I have no problem going to meet you. Like, I have plenty of free time in my hands to go do that. We will go to, let's see what we got here. Jets Unleashed. Uh-oh. Are you going to unleash on us?
No. How are you doing, though, Ty?
What's up? How you doing?
Doing good. Probably, I won't go on the Sam and all the QB because everyone keeps talking about that. But going into free agent, something I don't know if you heard of, but the Bears might franchise tagged Wub Anderson, and I mean
Allen Robinson.
And so,
Yep.
and Buccaneers may get Goodwin back, and if so that happens, then what's your plan for receivers? Because we still need a number one receiver for whoever's going to be our QB.
Well, see, the Buccaneers have a bunch of guys. They got Shaq Barrett they got to worry about too. So if they franchise Godwin, that'd be kind of surprising. But if Allen Robinson gets franchised by the Bears, he will not be happy whatsoever because he's already talked about that. But then you still have Juju Smith-Schuster, you have Curtis Samuel, you have Galladay, you have a bunch of other guys out there, man. And you could also draft some too. So there's a lot of different options out there. And you do the best you can. If you have to draft them, you draft them. You go other, there's also guys that can get released too. I saw Deshaun Jackson was released today. A lot of other guys will come available. So you just got to kind of pick and choose where you go. If the top guys are all franchised, that's the nature of the beast, man.
Right. And so going Fletcher, what you think our targets are going to be for the offensive linemen, especially because our offensive line there was something special.
Yeah, I want a center. I'm not really sold on McGovern. I'd bring back Elfline, but now they're saying he may not be a fit for this offensive line scheme because they like more athletic guys. But Van Roten can go. Alex Lewis can go. I'm not as high on George Fant as other people are, especially at his price tag. But I definitely want a center that could be here for the next 4 or 5 years. Like you want like an anchored offensive line that you could pair up and he's going to be there game in and game out for, in my opinion, your rookie quarterback. So it starts there. But everybody wants Thuney, so that's obviously a guy that you look at. But dude, complete upgrade. It's got to be a priority, man. If they have 3 new starters, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Wait, something I've looked into, the Packers, I forgot his name, but the center is going to be a free agent, and see if the Jets push him, and then if we're able to sign him, move center and move him to left guard, and then all we have to worry about then is right tackle. Which if we could do that, that's a huge improvement from last season.
Oh, of course. And then you figure you hopefully have a better offensive line coach, a better offense, a better coordinator that you can scheme things and actually maximize his strengths, actually run behind Becton, and Becton should probably be better this year with an NFL offseason under his belt. So a lot of good things could happen, man, but it's got to be a priority, man. Last year was a joke of how Joe Douglas addressed it. It didn't work out whatsoever. So this year you have the money, you have the resources to do it. There's no excuses really.
Right. Again, yeah, especially, and this is where he's on the clock, and this is going to be his important thing. Even QB to how he, and especially this defense. This defense right now is gonna be a whole need to take down. We need CBs. I think we have a depth CBs with Blessed Austin and all them, but I think we need a true number one and maybe a number two. We need a safety. We don't know if May's coming back. I'm hoping May's coming back, but a lot of us thought that we thought players were coming back last year and they didn't come back. So if he doesn't come back, that's one safety we need to replace. And we don't know if the third round pick from last year for our safety, we don't know if we think he's going to be it. We may want to go after another safety as well.
But do you have a little more confidence in the defense knowing that Rob Saleh's coming in to oversee it with his guys and like maybe they'll be better schemed and better fit than last year?
Yeah, I do. Again, yeah, it's a new scheme, so you have to put faith in what we got with our coaches and let him build. Again, he has done an amazing job last year with pieces any of his top pieces were just going down after game after game. 4 or 5
of his best players were out. Yep.
And he still was putting depth out there and still being competitive. So that's something that's very good. I'd like to see, and hopefully we could see very good going forward. The only problem I had with that is he did get destroyed by the Dolphins, where he's going to be seeing them twice the next coming year. So it's going to be hopefully he can learn from his mistakes on that and come and put 180 on them and get payback on them.
Yeah. So where are you from, man?
Funny thing is actually I'm from California.
Okay.
The funny thing is I became a Jets fan when I first got into football. I played on junior Pee Wee, and our team was actually the New York Jets. So I played with them for a couple of years.
Right?
Yep. And then I watched them on 2000 and I believe the 2009 when they went and beat the Patriots. They upset the Patriots and then went to the Steelers and almost made the huge comeback, but just won that third down. They just couldn't do it. But
get off the field.
But you know what? This team has been an underdog, and people have counted me out like an underdog. So I just feel like home with the Jets.
There you go.
We're all just underdogs.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome, man. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
You too. Go Jets, everyone. Peace.
Have a good night. Awesome call. That was a serious call. We went from a guy eating hot peppers to a guy trying to question me on fucking players and shit. I actually had to pay attention and fucking it's not listen, man, we don't judge anybody here. If you're altered a little bit from a substance, whether it's booze or something else, we don't care. That looks horrible. Yeah, he's gonna be like, what the hell did I miss? Holy shit. Let's see. Go through a couple more. Do the Jets select QB at 2 or trade down? This seems like the most important decision in the past 50 years. It sure does seem like it. Because this decision for Joe Douglas, man, this offseason is going to be crazy. My phone's about to die, brother. Where is he at? Is he on here? He keeps every time I try to go to you, Vinny, your friggin' thing, you click out. Click back on. Should I stick straight to sauce? Dude, man, you're like Tyrone, man. You're like a diva and shit. Click on. I tried to bring you on twice. You keep clicking off. Oh my goodness. What's up, man? We're waiting for Vinny to join us. Then we're gonna go to somebody else. Tyson chat wants you join my video. Oh shit. Yes, Rutgers. I put it in there. You got it. We're waiting for Vinny to call in, and then if he doesn't call him, we're gonna just Tyrone is hilarious. He is hilarious. He was on he had a good time on Tuesday. All right, man, you're on. And you're Lord of Darkness. What the hell is going on?
And I'm back. How's it going?
Dude, you're like prime time. You're like in the darkness.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
So what's up, man?
I was gonna ask you, do you think that the Carson Wentz trade has any effect on Darnold whatsoever? Because I gotta say, hell to the no on that.
Absolutely not. Apples and oranges, man. Doesn't mean I think his value was a second round pick going into it, and still a second round pick now. Nothing changed.
Well, I think for the fans out there that think that we can get like a low first round pick, honestly, I think it's wishful thinking. It would be nice. Yep. But realistically, I think it's going to be the same type of value Josh Rosen was when he got unloaded in Arizona, which I'm thinking is like a 2 and a 5. I was on NFL Tankathon earlier today, just looking through teams possibly in the NFC we could flip them to. And the two that jump out at me right off the bat, it has to be Washington and San Francisco. And the reason I picked those two is because they each have a second round pick, which is it's a decent position, but they also have multiple picks in the 5th round, and San Francisco actually has multiple picks in the 7th round. So you try to package, the best deal you can out of them and see what we can do with it.
Didn't you say your channel was more fun than ours in the chat last week? Wasn't that you talking shit about us?
No. Let me clarify that. I was going back and forth. There's like, I don't know if you know this in your chat. You got like 4 Vinnies on here. And
I noticed that.
Is he talking to me? And I replied to the other one. I said, no, he's talking to me. I'm the cool one. And then you only saw the last of it.
I thought you were talking shit about us. I'm like, that's crazy.
No, why else would I always tune on every other night you guys are on? I never get a chance to do the shows you guys do on Tuesday night. I don't get an alert when you guys are on to do that one.
8:30 to 10:30 every Tuesday, man. It's same phone number, same call number, same times, and it's been the last couple of weekends been crazy, man. Complete crazy.
So I guess what I really wanted to say was like, how much longer do we have to wait to move Darnold? Because honestly, if we want to even be in play for Watson, Darnold has to move now, so we have more ammunition to throw at. Well, that way you have more ammunition to throw at Houston and say, listen, like Jake said earlier tonight, this is the best deal we could put on the table. Is this good enough or not? And if it's not, that's fine. At least then we could start putting our plan into place of who we're going to draft it to. And, and right now I think, with all the Wilson hype, I think it's honestly going to be Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
seems like it. I'm not hearing much about Justin Fields to the Jets at all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that it has to happen right away. I mean, I think it's going to heat up probably when the draft approaches, man. Like, I think the Houston Texans are probably try to wait it out because right now they're not losing nothing. And Deshaun Watson's not losing nothing. They can't fine him. They can't suspend him. Like, nothing's happening. It's a dead time of year. So they can do all the speculation they want, and they can hold out, and they can just kind of play hardball and say, we're not taking any phone calls. And that's kind of it. You can wait. I don't think it's going to play out anytime soon. Now, if the Jets want to trade Sam Darnold to boost up the bounty they can hand the Texans, go for it. I mean, if you find an offer now that you like and you want to go for it, knock yourself out.
I hear you. Like I said, I want it to happen sooner than later because.
Oh, we all do, man. Like, fuck, I'd like to trade Sam tomorrow and get Watson on fucking Sunday and move on. I'd be excited too. So.
Oh my God, I would do backflips.
No, I mean, that's like, we all want that, but I think it's just slowly but surely this is all playing out where the teams are all making moves and we'll see. But I think the Jets are kind of trying to wait out and see what happens to Texans and see, So it's. This chat is nuts tonight. Thanks for joining me. How's your channel doing? Oh boy, I think I lost you.
We're still raw. We're not on your level yet. We're trying.
Dude, we're not on any level either, dude. We're trying too. Shit. Yeah, we're good. I think I just lost him now though. So thank you for joining us. Let's see. So now I get distracted by the fights in the chat. Yeah, I mean, I thought he did too, man. I'm pretty sure I thought he did too. It's hard to watch the chat and the thing at the same time. Let's see. What else is going on in the chat? Somebody needs a cigarette. All right. I'm sure. Let's see. Should have called me to be a co-host. No, I cannot deal with Jack. And do you have another video out? I guess I have another video out. Is that what you're telling me? I have to look out for. So Legend's just chilling out, man. He is just having a good time. We're gonna go to Sasha in Germany. What is up, my friend?
What's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you good. Long time no talk.
Yeah. Too long.
Dude, it's like what, 4 o'clock in the morning there?
Yeah. 4 o'clock, 10 past 4.
What the hell you been doing all night?
I'm watching you guys, waiting to come on.
Well, cheers. My bad.
Cheers to you.
What are you drinking?
Beer.
Nice. Awesome.
Stuttgart Hofbräu.
So you're a draft expert, man. You came on our draft show last year, and you have all kinds of insight. So what's your take on the quarterbacks?
I really I didn't have any like I didn't watch any quarterbacks.
Come on, man.
Players. I'm sorry.
What have you been doing, man? We're all in quarantine and shit. You should be watching quarterbacks.
Yeah, but the thing is, I gotta work and
work.
Yeah, I gotta work.
Work can't be a priority, dude. Where are your priorities at?
I have to like I have like 2 months, a month to do all the scouting stuff, to watch all the tapes. So
you got more excuses than prime time.
No.
All right, I'll cut you some slack. So then you have another month. So by the time the draft comes, you better have your takes. You better have all your reports ready.
I'm sure I have.
All right. So then what is your take on Deshaun Watson? Do you want him, or what do you think about the whole Sam thing?
Of course, I'd rather have Watson than Sam. That's sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I would have I'll take Watson at what closely to whatever it costs.
Okay.
The thing is, I don't know. I just seen like highlights of like the rookie QBs coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see about how they work out, but getting a top 6 QB at this age is probably I think it never happened in the NFL before.
Yep. That's true. Well, is there what receivers do you want? What receivers do you want?
For receivers?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, if it's possible, you take Robinson, because he's like amazing. If you can't get him, I'm not in the Juju area or something like that, because you don't need a slot receiver. You have Crowder, and even if you cut him, there are such an amount of like slot receivers you can take in the like 3rd, 4th round with a lot of potential. So I'd rather go with like an X or a Z. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't I don't know. So I'm more like, no. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm kind of drunk. I'm kind of tired.
I can tell. It happens, man. We've all been there.
Yeah. No, but I would like the second option I would take is like I think the Lions receiver.
Galladay?
No, they're number 1.
The Lions receiver?
He's the Lions, isn't it? Marvin Jones.
You want Marvin Jones?
Could be a good option. Take him for 3 years, and I would probably take him for yeah, let's say 2 or 3 years, because you need like a receiver for like. Yeah, should stop. I should stop drinking now. I know.
Nobody
No.
likes a quitter, man. Don't worry about it.
No, I don't quit. No. To be honest, yeah, maybe, but I would take somebody like him before I take somebody like Juju, because I think you can get slot receivers cheaper.
Okay.
I mean, most of the guys on the market are not that much better than guys you can get in the draft. And the thing is, I mean, like my guy I wanted to have in the draft is slot receiver as well. It's Rashad Bateman, but
we got some questions for you, man. Hold on. So,
yeah,
what nightlife is better, Berlin or Munich?
I haven't been to Berlin, so I'll say Munich.
Okay. Is Oktoberfest still going?
Right now, not, but when the pandemic is over, it's going to be crazy again.
Are you guys in lockdown right now or no?
We are.
Oh shit.
We're since like the end of October.
Jesus
we had
Christ.
we had a like what's it in English?
Quarantine?
Yeah, we're quarantine, of course, but what we had you can't go out of your house.
Yeah, lockdown.
Between you can't go out of your house between like
curfew
8 p.m. and 5 a.m.
Yeah.
without like you have to go to work or
Yeah, it's a
something.
curfew. Yep. That's
I
crazy.
don't know. That we had that, and that was insane. So, but we still have a lockdown. Pretty insane.
What part of Germany are you in?
I'm in Stuttgart. I'm right at the airport.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, what is your favorite Bundesliga team?
Bayer Leverkusen.
There you go.
So, may you know Chicharito?
Do I? I don't know shit.
Play for Leverkusen. May some of you know him because he's like in the like Northern America. In Mexico, he's a superstar. Yeah, it's the comment you just showed. It's Val FB Stuttgart, not Val BF Stuttgart.
Yep.
Just telling you.
So wait, there's another question. So, Audi, BMW, or Volkswagen?
Mercedes. You know, there was I hope I can translate it to English. In Stuttgart, we're buying cars.
Okay.
All the others, no. In Stuttgart, we're building cars. All the other just built vehicles.
There you go. Stuttgart is Mercedes town.
Yeah, and we got Porsche also.
Nice. Well, Sasha, good talking to you, man. We appreciate you joining us. And get your draft stuff ready, man.
Yeah, I will definitely. I'm sorry. I'm kind of drunk because.
Dude, look who you're talking to, man. Like we don't give a shit.
It's always so fucking late when you guys are on.
Well, what the fuck do you want us to do, man? It's like 10 o'clock here. We can't do it like 5 o'clock.
No, I'm not. No offense against you, but you know, I mean, when you usually get on, it's like 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yep.
So that's when I
just listen, man. You don't want me on a live stream at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm slurring my words and falling over the place. So I can respect what you're doing, man. I'd be 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm a train wreck. So you enjoy. I'll talk to you next time, man.
Hey, take care.
All right. That was Sasha from Germany. And what the funny thing about him is he came on our draft show last year and was phenomenal. He like aced it. He knew all the players. He knew everybody. He was like one of our experts. John and Lakehurst, what's up, man?
What's up, dude? Man, I remember Sasha from the draft show, but that's all right. We've all been there, right? You know what I mean? Like, I felt bad for him a little bit. Everybody was tearing him up in the chat a little bit, but
dude, he knew everything though. He knew like fifth, sixth, seventh rounders. He knew all the players every round.
Yeah, no, he was excellent. That's why, like, when he came on, I was like, "Oh shit, Sasha!" So I did like a little clap, you know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
man.
Like,
He knows his shit for real.
4 o'clock there now, and so me and you add fucking 6 hours. We'll be on Torah. Well,
Yeah, I couldn't. Oh, dude, fuck. You didn't want me at 2 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't even be coherent at that point. Shit.
Right. So you give him credit. He's dedicated. And then he's in Germany and he's a Jets fan. So you gotta love him. I love Sasha. I remember him from your draft show.
Yeah, the cool thing is we did like these fan interviews where we would like do I would interview a fan for like a half hour and let them like just talk whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
Dude, he knew all, like, he gave me like the coolest answers from like all the shit he learned in Germany. It was pretty interesting.
How he became a Jets fan there. Yeah, I listened to that because I wanted to get on that myself. And
but you could do it, dude. I'll do them again this summer when we have like the whole downtime from like June on. I'm gonna do them all over again. So
yeah, no, those are really cool, man. Like the Fireman Ed one, and then what's that? Dan in Florida? Is it Dan? Is he in Florida?
He's in Long Island.
Yeah, I like
Howard
Dan.
Beach.
He calls into the show all the time. He's awesome. It was just cool to hear like everybody's story, how they became a Jets fan, even yourself. You know what I mean? Because we're like the same age, so like, we've been through the shit. So
yeah, no, I'll do them probably starting in June. Start cranking out a shitload of them. Those we definitely do one for sure.
I love those because, like I said, I drive trucks, so I listen. Like I just love putting you guys on and listening to you guys because, like this year especially, man, everybody's thanked you a lot, but you guys have been great. Because it was a shitty Jets year, but you guys are so entertaining. And like Primetime catches so much shit. Sometimes he's like butthurt. But like, man, like you know what I mean? It's all in fun. Like Primetime takes a lot of heat, but he's good for it too. You know what I mean? And at least he stands by his Sam shit, man.
He's the most loyal fucking guy I know, man. He was loyal to McCagnon. He's loyal to Darnold. It's just crazy, man. It's wild.
I said about that rap battle on Tuesday. So I was like, I'll open it up with like, and I was looking up like Sam spoofs on the internet, so I can open up with like a half a minute of that. Just like Darnold throws another interception. You know?
Don't give away your shit. He's gonna steal it.
No, I don't care. But I was trying to do that, and I was watching it, and I actually felt bad because we were all so excited to get Sam, and it was like the cat's ass, man. It was like great. Like they were like took Baker Mayfield, and we got Sam. It'd be like this year if they took Kyle or Zach Wilson, and we got Warren. You know, it would be. That's how it was. It was so nuts.
Dude, it's crazy. If you would say like 3 years ago, we were like you said, we were so happy we finally got our guy, our franchise quarterback, and here we are. Like, oh god, he's got to go now. We need our next guy. So
it's like
this is happening. We're doing this. He's challenging prime time.
It's all changed so much. It's like win now, and like it sucks, and you almost got like it's like, do you want to keep Crowder with $11 million? So like yeah, he's been a great Jet. You know what I mean? But like, do you want to pay him the $11 million, or do you want to save 10? So then it's like, even with Sam, it's like, all right, get rid of him. You're like, it's just a different league now. It's like a win now league.
Well, it's also a lot of these guys weren't brought here by Joe Douglas, so he doesn't have any loyalty. He's got no ties to these guys. He doesn't feel any loyalty, he doesn't owe them anything. Listen, man, I inherited you. It's not working out. Time to go. That's the way it's going to be, man. It's business.
You hammered the Johnsons for that. That was great. You did a video. I can't even remember how long ago, but like when McCanyon was still the general manager, and we brought in Gase, and then McCanyon got fired, and we brought in Joe Douglas. But it's like he came in, his hands are tied. Like he couldn't even do anything.
Yeah, you lost a year.
Yeah, and then it was like last year, like it seemed like he was that bargain basement shopping, but it was like last year's free agency was terrible if you really think about it. Out of like the past 5 years free agency. So like we had some money, but it was all like kind of.
It's been a year and a half. Joe Douglas has basically been here a year and a half and not really responsible, held accountable for anything. He's been he's basically got a wash for 2 years. It's crazy.
The thing we all loved was like how he moved around in the draft because we haven't seen that like in forever.
Well, so, that and the Jamal Adams trade.
Right, the Jamal Adams trade, which remember last year I called you guys up when Long Beach Joe was still on, and you're like, damn, you really want to blow it up because I was like, trade Quentin Williams. I remember I called you up with that. Dude. And but I was happy when we got back for Adams, and then now it's all like hanging on to these picks and everything, and it's like, you know, like we got those picks because of Adams. And then, like, did his performance really change Seattle like that much? Like, he says,
"Oh, he got hurt supposedly."
Yeah, I loved it. It's like, stop talking about the Jets. Like, you're fucking over there. Like, worry about your own stuff.
I'm so tired, dude. I'm so fucking tired of him shitting on us. Like Jet fans treated him like royalty here, man. We treated him. We did so much shit, just like praised him and built up his.
We fucking loved him,
dude.
And then it's like, as soon as he's out of here. Oh, I had depression. I had this, which I don't mess with that stuff either. Like mental health shit's really serious, but like,
well, that's what pissed me off, dude. To be honest with you, that's what pissed me off because I'm a mental health advocate. I know all about depression, anxiety. I have a lot of friends that I know very well all about that shit.
My sister suffers from that, so
dude. Like, so the same shit for him to come. Some of the shit he was coming out with, I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, are you this desperate for attention? Yeah. It's just he's trying to justify poor behavior.
Right, exactly. Really weird, really super glad we got rid of him, and then super glad what we got back for him. Because really, like, you're seeing his true side. You know what I mean? The man in the mirror.
You know what? And he's probably gonna start feeling like a jackass when he sees that we got a coach that he probably want to play for, and Rob Sala. He probably loved to play for him, and he's probably like, "Fuck, this team's gonna be heading in the right direction sooner rather than later. They may start winning because." Because the Seattle Seahawks have all kinds of cap problems too. Now Russell Wilson's pulling all his bullshit, and then Jamal Adams still hasn't gotten paid yet. So
is he gonna get paid? Like he wanted all that money from us.
He's gonna be called out for all his bullshit because he's like, oh, I'm only about winning. Okay, then prove it with your contract then.
Yeah,
let's see how much you're about winning.
I guarantee he's on a different team in the next 2 years. They're just gonna do that, and because he was like he's the Michael Jordan of football or something. Like his ass, man. You're pass me what he's smoking because he's terrible with his antics and everything. But I'm glad we got rid of him. Character issues, you know what I mean?
No, I agree. I completely agree.
Something he puts on that fake front. This is what I'm all about, and that's not what he's all about. He's full of shit. So I'm glad we got rid of him.
No,
and we
listen,
got what we did.
He could not have handled things any worse, and he continues to make himself look bad with all this, like, just keep bashing fans and saying all this shit and doing things. He just doesn't get it. He just does not understand the ramifications of his actions, and it's going to go back to his own locker room. It's only a matter of time, dude, for burns him in his ass. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's like Hall of Fame talent, but man, so many character issues.
Way too immature, man.
Yeah, like just bigger, like just blowing himself up bigger than he is.
He's making himself bigger than a team, and he's not. That's the problem. It never works.
Like, I'm finally with a winning organization and everything. Then he gets hurt, and it's like, then they're in the play. Like they made the playoffs because they're Seattle, but you knew they weren't going to go far. Everybody knew that. You know
but they got a lot of cap issues, man. They got a lot of shit going on. Pete Carroll's getting a little older. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, and he hasn't gotten paid yet, man. So.
Right.
It's going to be really, really interesting. But, John, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, man. All right. Take care.
Good night. Yep. All right. What's up? Is it Martine? Martina? Martine? What's up, Martine? What else we got here? Jamal said, yeah, I went off on him today, man. Like, I just can't take anymore. I really can't take any more of his shit. I'm just so over it. JJ Watt to Cleveland wouldn't surprise me, or Buffalo, or Tennessee. What else we got here, real quick? Yeah, that bothered me a lot, man. If anybody knows me, I'm real big into mental health, and that's I didn't appreciate any of that shit he did. It just came off very poorly, not genuine whatsoever. So, Joe Douglas looking like a genius each and every day for the Jamal trade. I mean, it's looking better, that's for sure. Be interesting to see what happens with Leonard Williams too. What the Giants do with what they do. By rap battle, please rap over whatever trash he's doing. Yep, Primetime and John going at it. So we're gonna go back to we got a good kangaroo man on here. When the guy from Australia calls him, we got to get him on.
Hey, can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, were you in the garage now? Where are you now?
Yeah, I'm in the garage. It's raining again. We've had like crazy rain the last few days, so no tractor time for me this weekend. Thank God, can do other stuff.
There you go. We
How's
got
everybody
tons
been anyway?
We got tons of snow here, so you're better off with rain than snow.
Yeah, no snow down here, mate. We never. I think I've seen snow probably 3 times in my whole life.
Really?
So, yeah. I saw one when I was in snow when I was deployed, and then you've got to actually go seek it. Yeah, like you've got to travel to see the snow. So,
well,
but anyways,
I've seen it every day for the last 6 days.
I guess we've got the crazy heat, and you guys have got the snow. So,
yep.
So I wanted to ring up today because the Carson Wentz trade made me think, because I don't know if anybody knows, but back in 2016, the Browns actually had the 2nd pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And it was between Goff and Wentz, who they wanted to draft as quarterback. And the Browns, decided that they wanted Goff and not Wentz. And so when the Rams traded up to take Goff at number 1, the Browns traded down because they didn't think that Wentz was going to be any good. So the reason I want to bring that up is because it's a very similar situation to what the Jets are in now, because they decided at the time, the Browns, that out of all the quarterbacks in that particular draft, nobody was worth using the 2nd pick on. So they traded down, got assets, and the rest is history. And another thing is, people might not know, but you know the movie Moneyball?
Yep.
Yeah, the Jonah Hill character is actually the Browns' current strategic. I can't remember his exact title, but
yep.
The character who Jonah Hill plays is actually in the Browns organization at the moment. And he's basically got a theory, which is where you actually invest into your football team. And it's quarterback, offensive line, pass rush, cornerback, wide receiver, in that particular order. And basically every other position outside of those is, let's just find a guy. That's a pretty simplistic way of looking at it, but that's really it. But the investment basically goes in those 5 spots. And in last year's offseason, that's where the Browns invested heavily. They invested in the offensive line through the draft, free agency. They found some interior defensive linemen, and then our secondary was stuck. So I guess my question to you, Tyson, is with the new regime coming in, okay, JD's sort of oldish, but newish. I'm sort of listening to you guys talk about Allen Robinson over the last few weeks, and I just don't think he's a realistic target. You brought it up in your post earlier today about what he was looking for, as in winning money, all that sort of stuff. And I just think if I'm Joe Douglas and Salah, I think I'm going for quarterback. If you don't like a guy, you got to trade down. Offensive line, tight ends, edge, cornerbacks, safeties, then bring my receiver in. And you're going to ask too much. And I just don't think you said it yourself. You said it yourself that if you don't have the quarterback, he's not going to want to come in. That's all I wanted to say.
Nope. The interview, Allen Robinson is very well spoken, and he expresses exactly what he's want very clearly. And he was honest as hell about it. He said he wants to win. He wants to put up big numbers, and he wants to make a shitload of money. So right now, you can't guarantee winning or big numbers with the Jets. You can't. Like, so any other team now, the only question is what other team can give him that and give him the big money at the same time. I'm not, that's the question. You could do it, but he wants to win, man. Like he said, listen, do you blame him after all the shit he's dealt with Jacksonville, with the Bears? I mean, I don't blame him at all. Deal with the Mitch Trubisky's and Nick Foles and all this other nonsense, being undervalued because he's playing with bad quarterbacks. He's come on the phone. So no, yeah, but no, I definitely, I don't like, I want him. I don't think it's going to happen though. After hearing his interview, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because any sort of team that's sort of in a, if you want to call it a rebuild or drafting in the top 5 of the draft is not really in a position for a guy who's.
If Deshaun Watson came here, he'd come here. That'd be the game changer.
And that's what I was going to say. Is the only way I could see him coming is if Deshaun Watson worked out a trade. And obviously, you said it before, mate. There's no dingo. Dingoes are usually up north in the northern of Australia. They're not around where I live. There's actually a shitload of kangaroos around today. I don't know why. But anyway, so if I could catch one, I'd probably try and keep it as a pet, but then I'll send it to you for sure. Anyway, I lost my train of thought now. So
we got sidetracked.
Let's just talk football. I think all the crap in the news about he's coming here, he's not coming there. He wore green underpants tonight, so that means he's going to be a Jet. Oh, he said a word and had an E, a T, and an S in it, so that means he's coming. Yeah. All that crap with Deshaun Watson.
The only source for Deshaun Watson is John McClain going on every fucking radio station all across the country talking about the same thing. The Jets have the most to offer. He may or may not be on their list. It's the same old shit, dude. Like nobody knows anything until. And right now, the Houston Texans are not taking offers. That's been their stance. Wait, so we got a
only thing. Thanks, Dan. I think for me is if I'm going to put all my chips in the middle of the table and go all out with Deshaun Watson, then I've also got to go and get that offensive line piece.
Yep.
Whether it's Tooney or whatever, and you've got to you might have to overpay. The Browns overpaid for Jack Conklin because we needed a right tackle. So we did it. We got him, and now our offensive line is the best in the league. So
it's got to be the priority, man. It's got to be.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's quarterback, protect the quarterback, get at the quarterback, defend the quarterback, and then wide receiver. And if you look at it, even though that's a simplistic way of breaking down the draft and that, because really, what's the draft? The draft is looking at a guy's tape, getting his measurables, saying, okay, what we've seen on tape, his measurables match up with it. Because obviously if you have a receiver who's playing for a team against lesser opposition, he's always getting behind the defensive line, etc. You think he's fast, but then he comes to the combine and runs a 4.6 and you go, okay, his measurables don't match with his tape. So really you're drafting on traits and character because you don't know what some of the – let's just take an Alabama quarterback, for example.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, he's throwing to guys 15 yards wide open.
Yep.
So how do you know if that guy can make the proper reads or whereas their defensive line and their linebackers and their secondary.
That's what they're saying about Zach Wilson. They're saying he's got all open guys all over the place, and then they're saying Justin Fields is surrounded by all-star talent. But then I'm like, this doesn't apply to Trevor Lawrence. It does the same thing. Like it's like people build their story to fit their narrative. Like they want to say, well, I have this, but they all share a lot of similar stuff. So it's, I mean, the Browns got lucky though, because you got Jarvis Landry and freaking Beckham, dude. So that helps a lot too. Before he got hurt.
Yeah, but people are still, like talking about trading both of them and like trading Landry and trading Beckham. And then I think like that gets me back to like why kids shouldn't smoke crack, because why would you get rid of 2 of possibly the best, arguably the best 15, 2 blokes who are in the top 15 wide receivers in the league. Why would you trade both of them?
Now, like, what about your tight ends though? Because isn't one of them a free agent or no?
No. So the 3 of them are all under contract. One's a rookie we drafted last year in the 4th round. He was okay. Started off the season really good. Dropped off. David Njoku was a bit unhappy last year, asking for a trade, but he played really, really well this year.
Well, he's still under contract.
But he's still under contract because they took his 5th-year option. But he's still in the media, sort of saying he's not happy. So. Maybe the Jets, and it's a hard one because he may not want to go to the Jets along the Allen Robinson sort of side of things. Like he might want to go to a team where he can get some numbers and
he can get paid with the Jets though.
Yeah, he can get paid with the Jets, and he would be good for the Jets. There's also a guy we got, an offensive lineman. I can't remember his name, that we got for the playoff game when all our players were out with COVID. We actually got him from the Jets practice squad. I can't remember his name. He played.
Yep.
Yeah, he came to the team 2 days before the Steelers playoff game and started that playoff game and played really, really well. So I don't know if the Jets could get him back, but he was definitely he's really big. He's like 6'6", 300 plus. So he's a guy that maybe the Jets could get back, start developing. I think he played right guard, which you've got a right guard, don't you? That's pretty good. What's his name?
Fuck, we haven't got no good ones. He can leave, man. Van Roten?
Oh, no, I must have got him confused with I was listening to your show on Tuesday, and you were talking about your offensive line, and you said you had a decent guard.
No, we're arguing about George Fant, the right tackle.
Yes, that's it, the tackle. Yeah, sorry. So I think what I'd be really looking at during the offseason is where Joe Douglas goes to. Everybody likes a tight end, Cassandra.
Blake Hance, is that his name?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he played really well. So I'd be interested to see where they start looking to invest. If they start going up tuning, overpaying for him, give him a big contract, they're probably looking for some tight ends. Because if you look at the San Francisco's offense, they're like a run-based, tight end heavy.
They what about running back too? Because they don't really. I mean, Ty Johnson's nice, Josh Adams is nice, but they need a running back too. Then.
Yeah, but I think with Piran and that and on those guys you mentioned, I think you maybe got to give them another season behind a bolstered offensive line. I know you want to. Maybe you get a guy in the third round in the draft or the second round in the draft. Like we got Nick Chubb in the second round, and he's arguably top 3 running back in the league.
Phenomenal, man.
So there is an opportunity for you, and it's going to come down to your player evaluation, etc. But I think that if you don't get Watson and look, let's say that this talk about I've just gone blank on his name. Everybody's been talking about him the whole week. The quarterback, Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
If it's true that he's now gone above Trevor in some
bullshit.
Of the evaluation, whether that's his agent getting out and just spreading bullshit, or he's paid a media guy and said, "Hey, do this solid for me, and I'll do a solid for you later." But either or, the Jets are in a fantastic position because if Wilson is what people say he is, and let's be honest, like I said before, you're drafting on traits and character, especially in the quarterback position. Is this guy a good guy? Is he got leadership potential? All that sort of crap. Which, in all honesty, at 22 years of age, you haven't developed your leadership skills. I don't care who you are. You haven't lived a long enough life to be a true leader. Like Aaron Rodgers is going to have more leadership skills than Zach Wilson, only because of their age.
Yeah, but you can earn it. You earn it over time. You earn it in locker room. You being the first guy in, last guy out, all that stuff. You got to earn it by just your play and your actions.
Yeah, but I also think that's when you go back to the trait. Okay, does this guy have the traits of a leader? What do his teammates say? What do his coaches say? What does his grandmother say? What does the lady he used to, deliver newspapers to say? All that sort of due diligence that the team will do. Then has he got the physical traits? I think we can all agree, and I'm no draft expert like you. I listen to you, Tyson, for all my draft stuff. So
shit, don't listen to me. I don't know shit.
Yeah, I'm just joking, but that tells you I live in Australia, so college football is like, so I'm never going to get up there and go, oh, this guy's the best quarterback or that. I don't know jack shit. But I shouldn't say that, should I? No. Listen to my opinion. I'm the best draft analyst out there. Follow me on Twitter, and you'll get all the right stuff, all the breaking stuff. But let's say that Wilson's got the traits from what I hear and read and listen to. So you're drafting him on character and traits. You get him in the building. The only challenge with that is if you're not 100% sold, you're sort of stuck with him for another 3 years. Let's say he turns out to be another Sam. Then you've just gone you've gone through.
Yeah, but what if he turns into what? Yeah, but see, there's. It seems like everybody focuses.
What if he turns into Aaron Rodgers? Yeah.
What if you finally get your guy?
Then you're laughing, and I think the quarterback position is something you have to take as many swings as you
You
possibly
keep
can.
taking one till you find it. But you have to. You have no choice, man.
Exactly
You
right.
can't win with that one. That's the bottom line. So
No.
but the thing is, like
And
you mentioned though,
whether that,
but you mentioned the one thing though is like this hype around Zach Wilson, like, oh, he's this great, he's this great. If the value of the number 2 pick is that good, and say the Jets say, you know what, we don't want Zach Wilson, we're happy with Sam, or whatever they say, you can actually, if the value of the number 2 pick is that much, it actually is better for the Jets that Zach Wilson hype is so much. Then you can trade down and get even more value for it. So the Jets are in a good spot, dude, I think, in terms of the draft.
I think so too. And you look at the Eagles, right? So they drafted Jalen in the second round last year.
Yep.
And now Carson's been traded and they're going to roll with Jalen, or they're going to draft another quarterback. You got to do it. You can't just rest on your laurels and say, okay, we got this guy, we're going to take our lumps. And it's the same thing with Sam. Like, even if you think Sam has shown enough I still think you've got to move on from him.
Yeah.
I just think that there's too much negativity surrounding him with the team, the fan base, and it becomes toxic. And it's not fair to Sam, and it's not fair to the team, because it's got to that point. And irrespective of, and you know what? You've got to. I read a thing about Bill Belichick the other day where they said he does not care if the guys that he cuts goes on to have great careers elsewhere.
You can't worry about
But
it.
at that particular time, they do not fit the Jets system. So if Sam doesn't fit their system, let him move on. If he turns out to be the next, Tom Brady.
The thing is, the problem I have with bringing back Sam is you're inheriting all of his damage. So if you pass on Wilson and Fields and you don't go for Deshaun Watson, you bring back Sam, all of us, including myself, be like, you know what? Okay, he better play well. The minute he doesn't play well, the shit is going to hit the fan. Be like, oh my God, here we are with this guy again. And now all the negativity, all the bullshit, and all this nonsense comes right back. Like, and then you're inheriting that problem. Do you want to inherit that? It's like you're inheriting that problem. Do you want to fix the problem or remove the problem?
It was the same thing with Tua and the Chargers quarterback last year. The Chargers quarterback came out last year, started playing before Tua. Justin Herbert started playing really well, and then the Dolphins fans were like, "Oh, why don't we draft him? Why don't we draft Tua and we're not playing him?" and all that bullshit, which in turn forced the hand. You have to say it forced the hand of the Dolphins coaching staff to say, "Jesus, really well, but Fitzy's playing real well, but we've got to put Tua in to shut all these people up."
Yep.
And you're exactly right, Tyson. You inherit his bullshit, and then
as a first-time head coach, do you want to deal with that?
He comes out in week 1 and throws 6 picks, and then the questions are, "Oh, what are you doing? You're a crap coach," and it's obviously that's a rarity, but I get
he's going to face the music, because then it's going to be like, all right, when you took this job, did you want Sam to be your quarterback? 'Cause then we're going to question your judgment that if this is what you wanted and the kid can't handle it. So, but Darren, thanks for joining me, man.
Right.
You're dropping knowledge every time, man.
That's all I do, mate. I just try and make the world a better place. Peace, love, and mumbin.
Have a good night, man. It's funny, man. He dropped some shit there. What's up, man? Legend is just he's no bathroom breaks, man. No bathroom breaks from him. He's quiet. Doesn't go into my Truly supply. So we got, I guess Nick is joining. Darren's awesome, man. He has some great stuff. We're gonna go to Luca.
What's up, Tyson?
Man? How you doing, man?
What's up? I'm doing good. So
where the hell are you, dude? I can't even see you. There you are.
All right.
Much better.
So one thing I wanted to bring up was the
what the hell happened? Now I'm looking at your friggin' headphones again.
Hold on. All right. So one thing I want to bring up, it's kind of shocking, but it's not annoying to me, but it's shocking. It's obviously shocking to you, is the Joe Douglas hype. The Joe Douglas hype train. It's so interesting how these Jets fans got so overhyped over Joe Douglas. They say he did this thing and that thing. It's like, what did he actually accomplish that's set in stone, you've mentioned 1,000 times, free agency was a bust. The draft is a bunch of unknowns, and everybody on Twitter is like, "Oh, Brady Man can tackle. Brady Man can do this." Well, he's an average punter. What do I know? Mims is Mekhi Becton's shown flashes, but who else do we know?
I mean, Joe Douglas, to me, it's like the draft class has potential, but you got to give him at least 3 years.
Yeah.
You give him credit for the Jamal Adams trade. That you'll do. Mekhi Becton is okay, but I mean, Brandon Scherf actually, There's other guy. What's his face? Wirfs. They're all like they all play pretty well. So okay, he did that. But all right, it's like remains to be seen though. Free agency wasn't good. This is the radar's on him now, dude. Because now it's like he's getting credit for carrying over what $26 million in cap space. So he settled for less last year to spend it this year. That's what they're trying to sell us now. Basically, I think he spent poorly last year. Now he's trying to make up for it by saying this is part of my plan. But whatever. This is, offensive line, quarterback, receiver, all these holes. He's got to figure out ways to address them all. And he has the resources to do so. So he's got no excuses.
And what's going to be the fan hype if he actually goes bargain basement shopping again?
I'll fucking blow a gasket. Dude, let's be honest. If you have $80 million in cap space, the expectation is you're going to get some marquee names in here. Because first of all, the team doesn't have who is your face of your franchise right now? Your head coach. After that, it's what? Your left tackle and a defensive tackle. That's it. That's the face of your franchise. You need elite like game-breaking talent to make other teams like hold them accountable.
NJ Lawrence says we have to believe in Douglas because he's who we have probably for a while. I mean, I'm not going to deny that, but what has he shown me that actually I can have my 100%?
We have faith in him because he has an excellent reputation. He's got a very good front office, but now they got to put their actions behind their words. He completely ruined the whole Robbie Anderson thing. He handled things terribly. So now, and he has a lot to prove in terms of two things: signing a big time free agent and actually not overpaying and trying to get good value with him, right? Because he hasn't done that yet. He hasn't signed a marquee guy yet, right? And he's got to identify his quarterback and put his name behind the quarterback, which he hasn't done yet either. Those are two big things for a general manager.
And another person says, "Can we give Joe D a few years to build?" Sure, I'll give him a few. Well, I'll give him a few years, but
wasn't last year's first year to start it? But, but that's going to get blended in with Gase.
It's going to get wiped away. He's going to.
I got my freaking lights going off. Hold on a second.
All right. Cassandra, I am Serbian, by the way. Both my parents immigrated from Yugoslavia.
Shit. I need more beer. My light was falling down.
Oh, boy.
I have a light on a stand and it was falling down. I ran out of beer, too. So, sorry, man.
Yeah, I'm going to give Joe Douglas the time he needs, but what has he shown me that I have to have full faith in, like, these other Jet YouTubers and the other content creators, these Twitter guys, like, oh, all praise Joe Douglas. Like, what has he seriously done?
You don't praise him. You have somewhat in faith of his reputation and say, listen, you got a good resume, you got a good background, but I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, you know what? He's a great general manager. I just can't do that. He's got to prove it, man. But you know what? Got to give him credit for the coach too, though.
Right.
He hired a coach that we all thought was going to be Martindale. That didn't happen. So,
and this whole Jamal Adams thing is so ridiculous. Oh. It's like I'm so tired of hearing about it. But why doesn't the organization of the Seahawks do anything about it? That's my question.
Because they let the players speak. They don't care.
But
Pete Carroll's always been like that, dude. He's always let the players do what they want.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's going to spoil the locker room soon enough. But I don't know. And then we got these, what do you call it, clickbait headlines. Chris Carlin the other day. Oh, my God.
There are so many bad takes out there. And the sad thing is a lot of these guys don't do any research. They think the fans don't know any better. But we most times know more than they do. So.
Ant Breck says, Luke, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you hate the Jets? You have to hate to love the Jets.
Oh. All right.
Honestly. Because there are times, it's like you have the down times and then you have the up times. So Adams can talk, but Russ can't. I don't think I said that, but Russ is doing it peacefully. Like he's obviously upset that
he's doing peacefully. He's been pretty blatant. He's pissed off that he doesn't have a say on this and doesn't have a say on that. He's had some pretty bold takes, man.
He's not crapping on the fans.
Yeah, no, not on the fans. No, but he has gone back with general. He's definitely having an issue with his contract, and it's going to get probably ugly until he gets the money he wants.
And as I say every time, it's going to be an interesting offseason. I hope we can actually be competitive this year. Like I have hype around the Yankees and the Knicks and whatever else team I follow.
I can't believe Brett Gardner's coming back again. Jesus Christ, man. That fucking guy. I like Brett Gardner, but like at some point, just let Clint Frazier play and let's stop forcing Gardner onto this team.
Aaron Boone said that Frazier's going to be the starting left fielder, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
so
he always says that shit.
but hopefully Frazier plays well, and Garner's just going to be that backup again. But
he's going to
get
bases
his point.
and he'll be but I love the guy, but at some point, just go with the youth movement, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but he's a fan favorite of the Yankees. He's a good culture guy, but I just don't. He looked washed last year. He didn't look like himself. They're trying to make him a home run hitter, but he's not that.
Well, he had the monster year before. That's why he was hitting the shit out of the ball. So
let me say something to chat. I am the Jets fan. I am the Jets fan. My brother's the Giants fan. I don't know why they're thinking I'm a Giants fan.
Thanks for joining, man. Appreciate it.
Mike Tyson.
Poor Luca gets eaten alive. Say that Luca got distracted by the chat. The chat can eat up people. So now we're gonna go to Mr. Jose.
Hey,
what's up, man?
Vincent. What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good to see you.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Nice that you have a good call for
right.
One.
Good co-host.
How you doing?
Good,
How you
man.
doing?
Not bad, man.
All right. So, I officially done watching ESPN.
Oh, yeah.
Especially NFL Live. You're not going to believe what I heard Ryan Clark say this afternoon. He compared Zach Wilson to Patrick Mahomes.
I saw that.
I wanted to smash my TV. What the fuck?
Yep.
What
Dude.
the fuck are you saying? Do you realize what's coming out of your mouth?
Dude, I agree, man.
Go ahead.
I agree, man. I saw it. I was like, what is this shit? Complete shit.
That pissed me off. Like Jamal pissed you off.
Tyrone doesn't piss me off, man. I just we have some friendly debates, but some of these guys on ESPN, some of these guys on ESPN have been terrible, man.
No, I didn't say Tyrone. I said the take.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like Jamal.
Yep.
Pissed you off.
Yep. Well, Jamal's your boy, man. That's your Seattle guy who keeps shitting on my Jets. What's up with that?
Because gonna let him talk. I wish he would tell half the guys to shut up, but that's not his. Fortunately, if it was me, I would tell them all to shut the fuck up.
So are you a Jamal Adams fan? Do you like that he's so like?
Yes.
You are.
Yes, I actually am. Because yes. But you can rip the organization because they fucked you all over. But don't rip the fans. Like, what the fuck is that?
I hate that. Yep. I hate that he did that.
I know. I get where you're coming from.
Yep.
So if you're interested, I got one guessing game for you.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. Oh, before I forget, I'm kind of upset because I lost a bet. I made a bet that the Jets would break up with Sam Darnold before Kim Kardashian broke up with Kanye West.
Yep, and Kim and Kanye are getting divorced, so you lost that bet.
God damn it, Jets! You're already making me miserable.
That's outstanding.
But here are the two truths and a lie for today. I've got a chance to speak to Russell Wilson I've had a chance to speak to Tim Tebow, and I've had a chance to speak to Mike Trout. Which one is the lie?
Tebow, Russell Wilson, and Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Mike Trout.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
Mike Trout's phenomenal, man.
I was supposed to speak to meet Mike Trout, but the day before I was supposed to meet him, he had a foot surgery, so that didn't happen. But I did meet Tim Tebow while he was a Jet when they played the Seahawks in 2012.
Nice. Was he a nice guy?
Yeah, he actually came up, said hi, was very nice, and then he played with me.
Very cool.
So that Christian thing isn't enough.
That's awesome. That's good to hear about Tim Tebow.
Yes. Very, very great, very humble, very nice. Much like Russell Wilson. And I'd assume Mackay.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all like that.
Yeah.
Well, Jose, so what's your plans for the weekend? Anything good?
Get drunk.
There you go.
and watch some boxing on ESPN.
There you go.
Tomorrow night. So
UFC's on tomorrow night too, man. There's a lot of good UFC fights on tomorrow night. ESPN Plus.
All right, I'll have to check that out before the boxing. The boxing doesn't start till 7.
Yeah, the UFC's on early tomorrow, so check it out. It's probably on like 2:00 your time. It's on early.
All right, I get to watch UFC, and then I get to watch Mexican warriors beat up on each other. Like,
there you go.
Favorite pastime.
Jose, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it.
Hey, if you ever need a call, I told you, you know who to call.
I got you, man. I got you on my speed dial.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
Have a good night, man. Appreciate
it. Legend, you're better than PT.
That's the truth, man. Have a good night.
You too.
He's funny as shit, man. Jose is funny as hell. God damn, he's got like the punchlines and stuff too, man. It's just outstanding. Such a good time. We're gonna go to Chris.
Yo, what's up, Tyson?
You got a tough act to follow there, man. He's funny as hell.
You hear me okay?
You're good.
All right. What's going on?
Living the dream, man. Friday night. So where you located at?
I'm actually in Maine. I'm at college right now, but I'm from New York, so that's how I'm a Jets fan. And last year I went to my first Jets game, and it turned out to be the Sam Darnold ghost game. So that was
Christ, what a
I got front row seats to that, and it was tough to watch. But I stayed through the whole thing because I wasn't gonna leave if I had front row seats. But
we all have those stories, man.
Yeah.
We went to that Jet game. Remember they lost this game and embarrassed themselves this game? We all got those one, man.
I couldn't even see it. They didn't even score a field goal though. That kind of pissed me off. They didn't even get 1 point.
So are you a Darnold fan this year, or what do you think's gonna happen with the quarterbacks?
No, I mean it's intriguing to me, definitely to see like what would happen in a scenario where you keep them and then trade down, how many picks you could get and all that. But for me, from what I've seen, I just can't go with them to what you have. I mean, if you get Watson, obviously he's gone. And if we had the first pick, Trevor Lawrence was the guy and he'd already be gone. So I think you got to move on from him at this point. I wouldn't hate it if we had him still, if that's what they think is, the right thing to do. And I mean, we would have a lot of other picks and stuff, but I think you got to move on from him at this point.
Are there any college guys you like, or are you kind of waiting to see how it plays out?
I mean, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, I'm not going to act. I don't honestly watch a lot of college football.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, obviously, but I'm not going to act like I know, one's I know everyone says Zach Wilson's the better system fit, but I'm not going to act like I know all that. But either one of those would definitely be a good, rookie contract, new start. So I think they both be good. But obviously Watson, I hope he comes here. But from all the rumors, it's kind of been tiring. In the beginning, it was exciting, but now it's just like.
Now it's annoying.
Yeah, it is.
So then if you have free agency is about less than a month away now, do you have a wish list you want for free agents?
Obviously a guard. I think Dooney or Brandon Sheriff from Washington. I think that's definitely a priority. I think you need at least one more wide receiver, whether that's through the draft or especially if I don't want to let Crowder go personally, but even if you let him go, then especially you need at least another guy because Mims is I think he'll do better next year, but you still need at least one more for depth wise. I think Chris Hogan said he's going to play lacrosse now, so we don't have our depth is.
You still got Vincent Smith and Jeff Smith and Braxton Berrios and Cager and all those guys, but you need a legit guy, man. You need a legit number one or a high level number two guy.
I mean, I love Allen Robinson, but I don't
think he's coming, dude.
Yeah.
I watched that interview and I was like, he wants to win, he wants numbers, and I don't think he wants money too, but his two big other priorities, he wants to put up Hall of Fame numbers. He ain't gonna do that here, not with Darnold, probably a rookie quarterback, I don't think. So
I think you can still bring a guy like Curtis Samuel or Godwin or someone like that. Allen Robinson. It's a pretty deep free agent class for a lot of positions, but wide receivers definitely got a bunch of them.
And more are going to get cut too. I mean, a lot of these guys, it's just getting started with the cuts. Over the next few weeks, you'll see a lot more of them. And it's going to be some big names too, man. So you can clear your pick from several guys.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get at least one. And on a defensively, I feel like it's a little bit better still. I would like to retain May. It's just my opinion. I would give him 10, 11, maybe 12 million. I know it's kind of high, but it's just
how many years?
If you take, let's say 3 or 4.
Okay.
Kind of the same. That's what Eddie Jackson's getting, 14, I think.
Eddie Jackson's a much better player, though, man.
Yeah, I know, but, May did play really well last year. He was graded top 3 safety in the league last year at PFF. Second highest free safety behind Jesse Bates.
Yeah, I mean, I like him. He's a leader. He's definitely come on. He took on a big role once Jamal Adams left. I'd be interested. The thing I hated about the way Greg Williams used him was he was always running 20 yards back. Like the ball was snapped, he'd take off off the screen. Where the hell's he going?
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I missed about attending games, because when you go to games, you can actually see what's going on off the camera. You can watch certain players and see how they're being used. We couldn't see that this year because we couldn't go to games. But May, just so many times, they seemed like they just kept him out of position to make plays. It drove me crazy.
Yeah, Greg Williams he played his corners pretty far off the ball a lot of the time.
Yeah, it was weird how they did it.
They gave him really big cushions. I don't know if that's talent. They just didn't feel like they could cover them. But, I mean, you had Lamar Jackson on DeAndre Hopkins for that game.
Oh.
And, yeah. But I feel like if you don't retain May, then your secondary is really, shaky. I mean, you have Ashton Davis. No one
have
really.
All new starters. You're going to have 2 new safeties. You're going to have 2 new corners. I mean, unless Bless Austin's considered a starter, which is debatable, I guess, at this point. That's a fair point, man. That you need a leader in the secondary. But it could be Sherman. If they sign Sherman, they can play safety or let him play safety. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to get another corner. I mean, you don't really have a 1, and Bryce Hall looks okay. You don't really know about him. Plus Austin, I wouldn't give him a 1. He could do a 2 or a depth corner, but I wouldn't put him up against
you got all these guys are all young guys that are with a lot to prove. You got Guidry, Lamar Jackson. All of them are all they showed little glimpses, but can you put them on an island by themselves? I'm not too sure about that.
We saw it last year. The secondary was probably obviously, the pass rush hasn't been terrible. You still need an edge, but the interior is probably the best part of the defense.
Yeah, with Quentin Williams. Yeah, all those guys. Yeah. And then you figure you save some money by getting rid of Henry Anderson. Jordan Jenkins is going to be gone. Brian Poole's probably going to be gone. It's gonna be fascinating to see how they rebuild this defense with a 4-3. It's gonna be really interesting.
I like to get Keanu Neal, actually. I think he's
a
good young player, good fit, and he's probably not gonna be too expensive. So I think he could be, because I don't really feel comfortable honestly starting Ashton Davis. I think you could put him in a rotational. You definitely want to see more of him though than what Gase used him as. But I feel like the only play I saw of him last year was the hurdle he tried over kick returns, and then that backflip he did in practice. Yeah, which is, who gives a shit. So, Chris, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Have a good night. You too. We've covered the whole. We went from Germany to Australia to Maine to all over. Staten Island.
So we will go to our good friend Afrim. What's up, man?
Good evening, my friend. How are you?
Oh, you sound so mellow and serious, man. It's just like
Yeah, that's how I talk, bro. You want me to raise the pitch up a little bit? I don't know. How are you this evening?
Doing good, man. Just Friday night, relaxing.
I want to compliment you, like I did on your video, for defending the fan base. I really appreciate that,
dude. I get tired of it.
No, and I really care what he has to say. Quite frankly, he's not going to get his money. He doesn't play enough. He doesn't play a position where he's going to generate a lot of money. Okay, so no matter how well he does, he's just going to be stuck at that level. And he's getting older. So by the time he gets to Dallas, what I really think he wants to be, he's not going to make that money. Two, I hope Primetime's on a date, not on some baseball card show or car show or something. If he comes back on the next show telling us where he was and it wasn't a date, I'm going to rip him. I'm going to rip him.
I'm not really sure, but to go back to Adams for 1 second though. The thing that bothers me the most is that a lot of people, for some reason, like they push his narrative and story, like, oh, you know, the Jet fans are this and the Jets are that, and like, dude, he went scorched earth. He acted like a complete immature idiot on the shit he did, and he got rewarded for it because he got the team that he wanted to. But the Jets ended up making out better. So he could be the funny thing is he could end up in a situation that's gonna actually be worse than the Jets if, say, Russell Wilson asks for crazy money and Pete Carroll retires. So
one of the guys commented, he makes, and I agree with him. I think he's upset that the Jets are more relevant than him right now.
Exactly, and they're heading the right direction.
Exactly.
Could you imagine the Jets get Deshaun Watson? Jamal Adams would be out of his tree. So they got a respected coach and like a top 5 quarterback. He will just not know what to do with himself. He could have been a part of it.
Exactly.
So,
you guys been talking a lot about Zach Wilson. I know they're hyping him up, but they're not hyping much on Justin Fields either.
Nope.
Actually, Trey Lance is being hyped up more than Justin Fields. So it's going to be interesting to see
pro
what
days,
happens.
man. It comes down to the pro days. That's what's going to happen.
But like Darren said, it's true. You got to build that offensive line first, and your defensive line also. Because I tell you, if you build a very tough front line that can apply, 4 guys apply pressure, everybody behind them benefits from them. So you don't really have to have superstar players in the secondary. And okay, I do like to get this kid Neal, because from what I heard, he also played with May together in the University of Florida at one point, and they were very good together. So, but like, I'm not paying $12 million for May. It's just he's not really.
Yeah, that's a bit much. Yeah.
Robinson is. I'd love to have Robinson, but he's not in a year where he can get all 3 from any team. You know, so if I was him, I'd go for the money. You know, if someone could pay him what he wants, that's where I go. If I don't know where he's going to end up, where he's gonna get big numbers or and win, but the team like that is already probably capped to the brim. So it's a
high flying offense probably already has all their guys. They can't afford him.
Now the Carson Wentz trade affects Darnold because, like you said, now that's one less quarterback out of the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So as I mentioned on one of your things, if Joe Douglas could persuade Washington to take Darnold, and then you give him another pick. Now you'll have, like I said, 2 at 19 and 23. No one's going to beat. No one can give Texans that.
Nope.
If you want to give it in the first year, so right there, and you could still build a team because you know, and he's young and he's coming to a young team. And a better coaching system than what's happening. Douglas, I want to comment on that one that you said. Now he's the boss.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't equal to Gase like last year or when he came in. He's the boss. He brought in the coach. He brought in the staff along with it. Now this is his year to make a dent into his legacy. like you said, they're incomplete as far as the draft. But I like that there's now you have a coaching staff, a real coaching staff.
Hopefully,
yeah. Listen, they have assistant coaches that they didn't even have under Gase.
Yep.
Okay.
Not true.
Quite frankly, they haven't had that in a long time. I think since Parcells.
Yep.
When they had tons of assistant coaches, so they're doing it right. We'll see what happens with that, but I'm thinking Zach Wilson might be. You can't go with Darnold, even though I like Darnold. You can't waste a year because you're not going to be paying him. You're going to lose a year with young guys, and then who do you go after the following year? There's all these quarterbacks are not being.
Especially
rated.
if you win 5 or 6 games, then you're stuck using whatever draft resources you have to try a trip and get somebody.
But who? They say the next year's class is not that. Sam Howell. I mean, really, those names are not. Yeah, but it's going to be. It would have to be him, a young kid, with a brand new coach, mentored by that whole squad.
To me, I'd rather do it this year, man. Just start it this year. Start the reset. New coach, new coordinator, new offense, new quarterback. Let's go.
Absolutely, and like I said, the Jets are for Watson. The longer Texans wait, the worse it's for them. The less we have to give up. I don't think Miami's going to enter that. They only got 23 million to themselves. Plus, if I'm Watson, I'm looking at their current. I looked at the team. They got a lot of older players.
Yep.
Okay, so by the time anything happens, some of these guys are just going to leave on free agency or just not going to be as good as they are now. So Miami's at a teeter-totter area where can they push this next year? Because the following year maybe these guys as they get older, they got a young offensive line, but you still got to have the talent and wide receiver and all that.
Yep.
It's be interesting. Oh yeah, I want to shout out to Ant on Arthur Avenue. I'm Albanian, and I know that most of Arthur Avenue now is occupied by Albanians. I don't know how he feels about that, but Arthur Avenue is a good place to go.
I'm dying to go there now. Eric keeps talking about. I'm dying to go there.
It's changed. I remember because I grew up in at a little time in the Bronx, but it's changed. Like I said, a lot of Albanians migrated there once the wall went down, because Albania was a communist country. They couldn't even leave the country. They wouldn't let no one out. Now, once they scattered out of there. But yeah, it's great food there.
I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm definitely down.
Have a great night. Do what you're doing.
Thank you for joining, man.
Anytime. Always a pleasure to be.
Always
on the
appreciate
show.
your insight, man. Thank you.
You will.
All right, our good friend Afrim. All right, so we will wrap this up because it's 11:15, you crazy bastards. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate it. I guess Monday night, 8 o'clock, unless you guys want to do the UFC tomorrow night. It's not a great card, but it's on ESPN Plus. Completely up to you guys. Just go with that. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow night or Monday.